Hey guys, J-Man here. So today is normally Fantastic Fridays where we talk about Fantastic Four comics, but couldn't very well come on and talk about Fantastic Four with the news that I heard this morning. I was actually on vacation today. It's my wife's birthday, coincidentally. So we were doing stuff, watching movies, and going out, getting having some ice cream and things like that. And my phone just was blowing up. I'm like, what's going on? Like, and I looked and it said Chuck Norris passed away, and I just couldn't believe it. So I quickly messaged everybody saying, listen, we can't do Fantastic Four today. So that's going to be rescheduled for next week, obviously. So we got as many guys together as we could to honor and talk about Chuck Norris, like a legend, a hero. And we're going to talk more about it. I won't go through much right now. Really quickly, tomorrow we're doing the He-Man stream, so that's still on. Monday, Avengers, we're doing that. Tuesday is going to be the Prowler, and then next Friday we're back with Fantastic Four. I for the beginning of every stream, I do quickly mention all of the channel members, so I'm going to quickly mention them as well. Thank you guys. You guys are awesome. These are the super friends. So thanks to Dan, Steven, Sean, RR, Mark D, Brennan, Philip, DJ, Digger, Jim, Quagnar, Just Joe, GT James, Backseater, Rogues, Coffee Drinker, Killer Pizza, Ocean Wolf, and Andrew. We always thank Clobber Times as well, so thank you guys. I appreciate your continuous support. All right, we're going to bring the guys in, and we're not going to do any fancy intros. We're just going to bring everybody in. I wasn't even going to do my intro, but it's locked into my StreamYard, so it just comes up automatically. So we'll just start bringing him in. We'll bring in Sean, who's always here with us. Hey, Sean. Chuck Norris. I've got Cannon. Yeah. So our regular co-host for Fantastic Fridays is Steve. How's it going?
What's up, Jack?
So I wasn't going to play the Always Bet on Black because that's a different acting guy.
That's the other guy. Yeah.
That's the other guy. So, and then one of our He-Man co-hosts, of course, Charlie, who's there you go. Yeah, Cannon. Wearing the Cannon stuff. And we have Owen from the Action Elite who comes on from time to time, but I'm mostly on his channel in the War Room. So let's welcome Owen. How's it going?
You're so lucky I'm coming to visit you tonight.
This is great. Yeah, it's awesome. I want to say a quick hello to everybody. I know we already have 20 people watching. This is being streamed through all of our locations. We'll talk about that later. So thanks to everyone who's here. I really appreciate it. I've turned off the ads. I usually have the ads off anyways for live streams, and I turn them on after the fact. So I've turned the ads off, so it makes it easier for people to tune in and not just get bombarded with ads before anything's even happened. So I want to just say hello, super friend RR. Thanks, buddy. Sean sent you the link. Is that correct, Sean?
I did, yeah.
Sean has sent you a link, my friend. If you want to come on, man, I appreciate you. Appreciate you. I love having a meeting at the stream. Yeah, I know you messaged me privately, so that's fine. Jeff, how's it going, man? It's a true patriot. I'll be blessed. Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. Classic Comics, who's our co-host on Mondays, he didn't get wings, he got even. Yes. Yeah, 86 years, not born 1940. Al, thank you, my friend, for being here. Thank you. CT, thank you. I'm not sure how to pronounce your name. What's happened to Chuck? Chuck Norris has passed away, as you may have heard, but thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Yeah, it's crazy. Okay, so I mean, I don't know how to. This was like obviously unplanned. I had everything ready for Fantastic Fridays with my notes and everything set up, ready to go. This was sort of I quickly created the stream. Real Popcorn Geek is here. Slade Wilson is here. How's it going, guys? Thank you. Thanks, Slade. Mount Rushmore action heroes guaranteed. Yep. We'll have to do a stream on that. Who are the Mount Rushmore guys?
That's a good idea. Yeah,
that's a very good idea. We'll talk about that privately so that we don't, I'm sure there's going to be some overlap. Like, no one's going to put Stallone on there, so we know he's off. But
of course.
Well, so as I said, I learned because of you guys, actually, especially Owen and Charlie going back and forth. I'm sitting there watching Star Trek: The Motion Picture with my wife, and all of a sudden, boom! I'm like, my phone is just lit to. I'm like, what is happening? And I never pause movies. I like it once the movie hits play, like it's sacred to me. We finish it. We don't go to the phone. My phone happened to be I was also waiting for my meds. My meds get delivered, so I was waiting for my meds to come. So I had to have my phone sort of within, eye shot or whatever. And I was like, "What the hell is happening?" And my pharmacy called, and so I had to pause the movie. Anyway, I was like, "Well, since we're paused, let's see what's going on." I'm like, I actually was a little bit. I'm like, "What? Is this real? Like, is it?" Because internet, AI, all this stuff. There's a lot of positives, but there's a lot of negatives. And some of the negatives are things get posted and weird things. You're like, okay, is this real or what? And Chuck Norris and death memes. There's been so many. We've seen them already, even in the chat. Like people post a lot of like stuff with Chuck Norris with the facts and all that. So you don't know is this actually real? Like this is a little bit shocking because he's a really big one. And I think everyone has a different connection to him. I know a few people have messaged saying, like John, we're streaming this on Action Flix. So if you're watching this through the Action Flix and you notice that John, who is the host of Action Flix, is not here, he really wanted to be here. Unfortunately, couldn't make it due to work. This just caught everybody. It's never a good time, obviously, to hear about this kind of thing, but everyone was like, involved in other things in their life, and it's just been very tough for a lot of us in our day jobs and in our normal lives. So we just sort of like, what the heck? So we kind of got together as many of us as we could here to at least talk about it and engage with you guys. So let us know in the comments what your favorite movies were of his. What'd you guys think? Hello, Jeffrey. Thanks for being here, man. Appreciate it. All right, so yeah, I don't even know what to say. Like, Owen has got a list of, because Owen is pally with a lot of the action stars for the actionelite.com, which is the website that he runs. So he gets many interviews and trailers and that kind of stuff. So he has a little bit of connections. I'm going to wait a little bit, let more people join, because usually the first 10, 15 minutes, I'll get you to read some of that stuff in a little bit, Owen, if we can just.
Yeah, I'm still going to find a couple anyway. Yeah.
Yeah, no worries. Usually about the first 10 minutes or so, I usually kind of BS about stuff to give people some time to see what we're doing. So we'll get to those. I don't know if anyone wants to start. Charlie, if you want to start, what was your introduction to Chuck Norris? I don't even, this is so great. It's like, what was the first, this is
always been there.
Yeah.
That was the thing. We were sitting there today, just, you're thinking about stuff, and, I saw the cartoon. I had a Chuck Norris action figure, kick his leg up. It was awesome. Mm-hmm. But the big one for me was the very first R-rated movie my dad let me watch was Delta Force. Mm. So that was my introduction into action, was Chuck Norris. And Delta Force, it's violent, but it's still one of the good early ones if you want to get your kids involved, in action. I always say that one. And then it turned into the first episode we did on the podcast because it meant that much to me. And now I celebrate the man's entire catalog, everything, sitting at home watching Walker, Texas Ranger with the family. That was like a family night watching television type of.
Even my grandparents watched Walker because it's very easy because he's the good guy. It's a very easy show to watch. There's not a lot of
it was a great just weekly show, and I don't think we missed any of them. But yeah, I honestly, when you guys brought this up, I was like, I don't know how the hell I'm going to be able to talk tonight. We go through celebrity deaths. They happen. Yeah. They happen a lot, and some of them hurt, some of them sting. But you're also like, okay, it doesn't really affect me that much.
Right.
Chuck Norris, while he's 86, and you can say, yeah, I'm sure it was going to happen eventually, I was still hoping for another 20 years, let that man hit triple digits, let me be a whole lot older. And I wasn't prepared for today. I'm really not. I'm kind of, stammering and not knowing exactly what to say. I'm actually looking forward to the end of the stream because we're all going to sit and watch Sidekicks tonight. I'm going to get the kids and stuff. And I got the 4K Vinegar Syndrome, and I haven't cracked it open yet.
Right.
And I was like, okay, now, here, kids, here is my hero. Right. In an environment that works, that they'll understand. Another kid, it'd be like, watch Jonathan Brandis. That's your dad right now. That's his hero he's watching on television. Yeah, God damn. I hate this. I hate this so much. I really do, man. He's going to be missed. He's going to be greatly missed.
It does feel like he should still be around in the sense that like it felt like he had such like high legendary status that like like you just took for granted that he was there. And I mean, I know there was the Chuck Norris facts, and actually like Charlie and I talked backstage. There's no way all of us can start pulling out DVDs. Would be here all night just showing collections.
No,
and stuff.
Honestly, I couldn't even dig out all the stuff I have that's Chuck Norris. You
know, I grabbed a couple of the books, the first Chuck Norris facts, and that, and yeah, like you, Charlie, I just pulled out the one that I've got, the Vinegar Syndrome, the U.S. The Invasion.
I grabbed the Kino Lorbers. They were the closest to me, but I have most of his catalog except for maybe a few obscure ones. I mean. Mm-hmm. Chuck is life, man. Whenever we cover it, it's an event. My first episode here on Action Elite, when I'm here, we're all streaming, was Invasion USA. That's the first time I joined up with you guys. So Chuck's fucking important, you know. Mm-hmm. He's always been important to me.
Yeah, this is like it's just surreal. Like I know that you're saying, I guess some people, like celebrities, they're dying. Like let's face it, you're hearing more deaths than births, right? Like it's like at a certain point in time, you're giving out more condolence cards than birthday cards, right, or whatever, right? Like it's like it kind of swaps. But like, I don't know if there's been anyone that's been so connected. Like, I mean, there's guys that have passed away, and you're like, oh man, like right. And some of them are a little bit further removed from us. Like, even though they're legends and we think, oh, these guys are legends and they're great. You know, some of them weren't, like, we weren't really there. You know what I mean? Some of the older guys, like, we weren't really there for them in their time. And it's bad because you're rewatching movies of theirs from in the past or whatever, right? So, this is one where, like, we were there for all of this. Like, this was sort of like the beginnings. And because we were at that right prime age that you said, you know, your dads and some people in the comments have mentioned their fathers, and Delta Force comes up, Missing in Action comes up. Those are sort of the I think Missing in Action is the one that's for me. And Steven's joined us. Hey, Steve.
Hey.
So, but we were there for this. Like we were there for these Chuck Norris movies, so we would anticipate the next one, and it was always like, well, there's just going to be another, you know, and I actually do find enjoyment in pretty much any of the Chuck Norris movies because I find him so compelling. But like, even if there was one that perhaps, you know, this one wasn't as good, you're like, yeah, but the next one is still coming out. Right. And there's always that next one. And you're just like, have that in your mind where that there's going to be a next one. There's not going to be a next one. Right. And then you start to think back, you're like, oh man. So all of a sudden, even the ones that you thought weren't, you know, as great, let's say, have become somewhat important now because you know that there's a finite number of them. It's not going to continue, right?
And it bleeds over into all your other heroes that are still alive and putting out movies. So now you're watching them even closer, you know, because the internet's a fickle thing because you can see a picture of Arnold and he looks fucking amazing and buff and everything, but then you see like a live picture of him from yesterday and you're like, oh fuck, he's old. Oh my god, he's way older than I was picturing in my head. He just did the Arnold Classic. And I think that's another thing, you know, we're in our 40s 50s, stuff like that ourselves. These guys were fit, these guys worked out, they lived by it. He got to 86. I mean, that's still a good date. My wife looked at me and she's like, well, he was 86. I was like, he's Chuck Norris. Like it should have been more. That should have been young Chuck.
186.
186.
Well,
the whole world died and Chuck is still alive. That's what happened.
That's what should have happened, right? I mean, William Shatner fell off a horse not too long ago, hurt his shoulder. The guy's 90 plus, and he's like, no, I'm still making it to the con this weekend. Like, really? Like what? Like, you know, like. So we're talking like this isn't me at 86. This is Chuck Norris at 86. Like he should have that is too young. Like a lot of there's guys that are going past that, and you're like, well, these were fit guys. Like this isn't just some guy off the street like 86. It's like, oh, you're lucky you made it, buddy. Like, you know. But anyway, I don't know, Owen, do you have any, so I know, well, you could tell us your thing first, because I know you're a big action guy.
Oh yeah.
And we go to you for, well, you and Charlie, I guess, are two big guys for the action stuff, but I always go to Owen for my, my information. Like when I don't know what to do, I'll check with Owen, and then I'll check with Wikipedia after Owen if he doesn't know for some reason. I don't think I've ever had to pass you.
Wikipedia comes to me for information.
Yeah, I go to you
first. I heard it first from Owen. I
know. That's what I'm saying.
When Owen said it, that's why I went, oh God, this has to be real if Owen's telling us this. Not Owen's going, some fucker out there said Chuck died, and that's a lie. You know, Owen's going scorched earth. No, when he messages us, Chuck
it's
died.
approved, yeah.
Like,
I got it from his official Facebook page. I literally just went onto my phone, just went to Facebook, and then it just said, I just saw the black and white picture, and then Chuck Norris, and it said, our beloved Chuck Norris has passed away, and I was like, no. Yeah. I was like, oh no. And then I just read the whole thing and posted about it straight away. And I even now I still can't believe it. It's like,
are you getting?
Always been there,
I'll say this, and then Owen, you can read some of the shoutouts and tell us about what your first experiences were with Chuck. But I just wanted to mention this before I forget this, which is, what's funny now with Instagram and Facebook and X and all this, when I go to these places and when I see a photograph of a celebrity, I get a little nervous because
damn time.
And then right. I just saw this the other day. What the heck was it? It was someone who had already passed. Oh, it was Lyle Wagner. I'm on a lot of Wonder Woman sites. Lyle Wagner had already passed away. So I was like, Lyle Wagner. I'm like, oh wait, no, he's already passed away. I'm like, it's his birthday today. I'm like, okay. Right, like, you know what I mean? But when you see any of these photos, maybe he's back. He came back.
When they're trending on Google,
doing it,
when they're trending on Google, it looks like they're dead, right? So
it seems like they're dead. Yeah. So Owen, let it. I mean, can you even remember what was the first Chuck experience?
It was probably because I remember watching all the Bruce Lee movies back in the 80s. So it was probably Way of the Dragon or Return of the Dragon, whichever you want to call it. But I think that was my first one, and then Missing in Action has always been there as well. Watching that in rotation, like the Rambo movies and all that. I always had a soft spot for Missing in Action 3 as well. That might actually be my favorite one. I love the third one.
Me too. I love it. Yeah.
But Invasion USA is probably my favorite of his. I love Invasion USA. I think it's an awesome movie. Like we just talked about it a couple of years ago or whatever. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I watch a Chuck movie every few weeks. There's got to be something. I've got the Sidekicks 4K there, which is great. You've got it all. The Missing in Action trilogy. So I just feel like I'm just gonna have to watch all of them now. Just like I'm gonna have to go on a marathon this weekend, just sit and have a Chuck fest. But it's sad news indeed. So do you want me to read out some of the tributes?
Yeah, so, go ahead. So I know a lot of the action guys have been posting.
So
I'm glad you had that because I had nothing prepared. Like I just literally created the street super quickly.
Yeah. So Jean-Claude Van Damme. He said, deepest condolences on the passing of my friend Chuck Norris. We knew each other from my early days, and I always respected the man he was. My heart and prayers are with his family. He will never be forgotten. So that was a nice tribute.
Nice.
And then Sly Stallone says, I had a great time working with Chuck. He was all-American in every way. Great man, and my condolences to his wonderful family. And I particularly like this, the real Lee Majors. That, we lost a dear friend in Chuck Norris today, and my heart goes out to his family. I know the millions of fans across the world are feeling this loss too, but for me it's deeply personal. I had the honor of working alongside him, sharing moments I'll never forget. He wasn't just a legend on screen, he was a kind, strong, and genuine soul off of it. I'm really going to miss you, my friend. Hey Chuck, maybe you can teach the good Lord a few karate moves. I know he'll get a kick out of them. Rest easy. So that's a great tribute there. Cynthia Rothrock says, so sad to wake up to the news the legendary icon Chuck Norris passed away. Prayers going out to Gina and his family. Fly high with the angels, my friend. And then Dolph Lundgren says, Chuck Norris is a champ. Ever since I was a young martial artist and later getting into movies, I always looked up to him as a role model. Someone who had the respect, humility, and strength it takes to be a man. We will miss you, my friend. And then Arnold Schwarzenegger, this is just on Twitter. I couldn't see it in any of his other social media, but Arnie says, Chuck was an icon. I am grateful that I was able to work with him in multiple ways over the years, from promoting fitness to sharing the screen together. He was a badass in real life and in Hollywood. His legend will be with us forever. My thoughts are with his family. And also, his last movie was called Agent Recon from Derek Ting. I know it was cool seeing it because everything you kind of want to see from it. It was like a super low budget movie, but it was cool. And like he paid tribute to him as well. But that's all I have with the tribute there. The movie also, it was Mark Singer and Chuck Norris. I mean, two greats right there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, like I was playing on repeat the cameo that Ed got me of Chuck Norris saying, "Hey Owen, I just want to wish you and the fans of the Action Elite a Merry Christmas for 2021. He says all the best, your friend Chuck Norris. You're Chuck Norris approved." And I've got that video on the YouTube channel. I just keep watching it, and I'm just like, I can't believe he's not there. I was always hoping, because I never got to meet him in person, and I always wanted to.
Yeah.
He was at the Montreal Comic Con a few years ago, and I was like, oh, it's too far and too expensive to go to. Now, of course, I wish I had. It was like when Carrie Fisher passed away, and she passed away just shortly after she was at the Fan Expo in Toronto, and I didn't have enough money. So, oh well. Yeah. See, Libby. So yeah, there we are. Yeah. So we have lost one of the absolute great. This is a huge titan of our genre. It's like Chuck Norris, Arnie, Stallone, Bruce Willis. It's like the big ones, and this is huge.
Yeah. So Steve, I know I kind of messaged you. I was like, hey, hold on a second. We've got someone else who's joined us in the back here. We've got Jeff.
What's that, Jeff?
Jeff, how's it going, my friend?
Hey, Jeff. Long time no speak.
Can you hear us okay?
Yeah, 100%. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
We can.
We got you, brother.
I'll give you just a second. I just wanted to go to our buddy Steve here from Comics Asylum, Steve. So Steven, I'll call you Steven. So Steve, I know we're all ready for Fantastic Four today. There were actually great issues today, and then all of a sudden I messaged you in the last minute. Sorry, we got to do this because I just can't do Fantastic Four with no Chuck Norris around. We have to acknowledge this, and I know we're not. I know mostly Charlie and Owen do the action stuff. But we had to. We just couldn't. We couldn't let this go. But so, what was kind of your? We never privately talked. We never got on the topic of Chuck Norris. Which is weird.
Yeah.
I know we've done. We've got Snipes, and we got all. We got all the blaxploitation guys and all that. We never got into Chuck Norris. But where would you put him, and what were kind of your favorites of his?
Oh, he's definitely one of my faves. He's on Mount Rushmore for me, at least, for sure. And growing up in Toronto in like the late 70s, early 80s, I was introduced to him through Way of the Dragon on Sunday afternoon Kung Fu theater, and the Coliseum fight with Bruce. It's still memorable. And from a comic book angle, I always thought he was Iron Fist. I swear they would have. They would have taken his image, especially in those early movies before he grew facial hair.
Yeah.
That's Daniel Rand for the John Byrne run of Iron Fist.
Yes.
Comics. And I was a big movie buff as a kid. And so his movies in that late 70s, early 80s run with like Octagon, Good Guys Wear Black, absolute amazing films. Lone Wolf McQuade, just the very name alone. My friends and I in high school, we always, if you're doing something solo, you're Lone Wolf McQuade kind of.
Yeah. Why are you trying to be a Lone Wolf McQuade right now, buddy? Just come along with us, right?
Exactly. So he transcended the movies he did. He was definitely iconic. And I think I saw it in the chat. I'm not sure who mentioned it, but I remember, I think it's one of the Missing in Action films. So I would have been maybe 12 when it came out, but so I didn't see it in the theater, but the rat scene where he's got the rat bag over his head, that was like, okay, you are immortalized forever.
Yeah. Oh man, awesome. I remember when I was a kid, we'd go and play guns, right? We'd go in the park. Like whenever an action movie or an action icon becomes sort of like an adjective for something, or what, like obviously Chuck is legendary, obviously, and a lot due to those Chuck Norris facts, which actually have never died. That Chuck Norris facts stuff has been around for a long, long time. We were doing those Chuck Norris facts. I remember finding that website, I don't know how many years ago, 15, 16, maybe 17 years ago when I was working at this other place. And I found this website. I was like, oh, this is so funny, right? With the facts. But when we were little kids, we go play guns. You get your cap guns and go out and play guns. And there was these group of kids who were like, oh, we're the Navy SEALs, right? And then so they formed a little team. and I tried out. I had to try out for the Navy SEALs or whatever. So my buddy Vic and I tried out for them, and we didn't. I passed. I'm a hero. No, I passed, and then my buddy Vic didn't make it. They didn't take him. I said, "Well, you're taking Vic, or I'm not joining." They're like, "Well, we're not taking him." I was like, you know what's better than Navy SEAls? Delta Force. And I literally sit there, I'm like, I'm starting the Delta Force right now. Anyone who doesn't want to be on the Navy SEAL team, come to Delta Force. I had guys and we would play guns out. It was awesome. So I had I formed the Delta Force right there. I was like, you know what? You're throwing around the Navy SEAls. I'm throwing in the Delta Force. I like that shit. Oh, so I mean, like, this is like little kid stupidness. Like, no, you can't be on our team. It's like
Right,
dumbass recap, right? But my first thought was like, oh, the Delta Force, man. That's gonna beat what can beat the Navy SEAls, right? So, anyway, so Steven, how's your audio? You're good. I know your camera was messed up.
Yeah,
you're good. You can hear us good.
Yep, I can hear everything.
All right, so Steve hates Chuck Norris. We had to. No, I'm just. That's it. Everyone hates Steven. No.
Yeah.
So what's your memories of Chuck Norris, man?
Man, I think it was 1986. I was 9 years old. I was in a darkened theater back when it wasn't scary to be in a darkened theater. And I saw this grizzled man named Lee Marvin up on the big screen, and they're waiting for the guy to show up, and he's always late to get on the plane. And it was friggin' Chuck Norris, and he gets on the plane, he drives his bike, and he gets on the plane. It says it's leaving, the cargo doors open, and I'm like, guy does this, like they did a lot of stuff with hostages and stuff, and Robert Forster was the villain. I'm like, doesn't matter what you guys do because they got Chuck Norris. Like, Chuck Norris was basically the guy. And I think it was McCoy. His character's name was McCoy in that one. And right after I watched it, I'm like, this guy is the coolest human being who ever lived. So I went back and I watched Silent Rage, and I watched Lone Wolf McQuaid. And, You Show Me Missing in Action and Invasion USA and stuff like that. And he was the coolest guy.
Oh, did I show you Invasion USA?
You did show me Invasion
USA.
Oh,
my, look how awesome I am. What a great friend.
You are
what a fantastic friend I am, man. Good job. I'm very happy with myself on that. Anyway, so
J-Man's going to need a bigger window to fit his face.
No. I put everyone. See, I had everyone to the side of Chuck. I thought, how are we
We can't be equal to him.
I can't do that. I was like, well, I got to put us on the bottom of Chuck. Sorry, Steven. Continue.
Okay. So I basically caught anything I could with Chuck Norris after that, including I went and saw Top Dog because I'm like in the theater.
Oh my God! Wow.
I'm like, Chuck Norris had a dog. How could you go wrong? And I found out how you could go wrong. But anyhow, the dog sucked, but Chuck was so great. And this. Like the Chuck Norris facts, like I love the one that says skeletons have Chuck Norris in their closet. Like the facts made him immortal in a way that he was already immortal, but it made him like to the fact that when you text me that he passed away, I thought you were like, no, J-Man can't, this is a lie because Chuck Norris can't die. I've read it in a book somewhere. So I have a whole collection of the Chuck Norris facts. I also have the Mr. T and Chuck Norris.
I've got those. I showed those just 1 second before you had popped in. Yeah, so I showed those books. We've got the same ones, I think.
And I'm telling you, man. Well, I got the big one now. There's a big compendium one. So I
love it. There's a compendium.
I had to get that one. I'm like, I can't get enough Chuck Norris facts. And everyone, like, people would look at it and be like, oh, you're making fun of Chuck Norris. I'm like, no, this is finally a book that tells you how fucking cool Chuck Norris is, okay? It's not making fun of the man. It's celebrating how awesome he is. The only thing that's better than that is the Chuck Norris and Mr. T one, which may be the greatest thing ever committed to the English language. Could possibly be better than Hamlet. I don't know. But Chuck Norris is one of the guys who, if you ever cared about the action genre, he's in Mount Rushmore to me. He's one of the Mount Rushmore 4, without a doubt.
Yeah, I don't think you could get around. I think Chuck Norris movies were sort of your like kind of baseline.
Yep.
Like everyone's got like maybe one or two or three. There's like, let's say 4 of them that are sort of the, almost everyone started with one of these or whatever, right? I feel like the turnout was always there for.
Yeah.
So like no matter what, you were going to encounter Chuck Norris. Like I remember with Canon, they're basically, is it going to Bronson or is it going to Norris? That was your two. Like most companies, they have your in tray and your out tray. They just had 2 out trays, and it was labeled Chuck and Charles. It was like the 2 Chucks.
Either way, we win.
Whichever one says, "Oh, read this. Oh, give it to Bronson. Give it to him." That's my impression of the. Give it to Bronson. Give it to Norris. Norris can do that one. He's good on that one. So it's just like, so it's just constant, like, Chuck Norris vehicles coming out. We did Firewalker probably not too long ago.
We just did that a month or 2 ago, didn't we? Yeah,
we just did it last year, I think. Yeah.
So not too long ago on the actionly.com. I want to welcome Jeff. Jeff, this is the first time that I think we're meeting. So I don't know if I like you. I don't know. I have to hear what you have to say first.
We'll find out today.
We're gonna find. And if I like you, it's all good. If I don't like you, it's still good. But I'll just be a bit annoyed. So Jeff, I know you're obviously a Chuck Norris fan. You're an action fan. Welcome to the channel. We appreciate having you here. It's great to have people come on and share their thoughts. What are your thoughts and memories of Chuck Norris?
Well, first of all, J-Man, I think we were on Owen's Expendables.
Yes.
Oh,
I remember, okay. Jeff. I remember.
Yes. Okay. So then I do like you.
Yeah, that's me remembering you, and I've just been tossed to the curb.
I apologize. I have so many people coming on, and it's like I don't even know that Sean. Sean has been on every stream, and I always forget about him. I almost forgot. It's coming back to me slowly now.
My earliest memories of Chuck are the same as I think it was what Steve was saying. Essentially, Way of the Dragon, Chuck and Bruce was sort of, I think that was my first introduction to Chuck Norris. But then, like, my first actual Chuck movie was Lone Wolf McQuade. I got it in this box set. It was like, I think it's from like the Netherlands or something. It come with like Code of Silence, The Hitman, and I think it was at Hellhound. And yeah, I put on Lone Wolf McQuade first, and then from there I was actually hooked. Like the bit where he gets buried alive, in his car, and then it just manages to just like fire out the ground or something, and then he's drinking his beers, and it was brilliant. And then 360 Uzi, Chuck, he had me sold.
He was one of the and also I think what made him a bit more special was the fact that the martial arts background was pretty solidified, and I think being in a Bruce Lee picture, that really like sort of like gave him the hey, I was with Bruce Lee, like, because Bruce Lee is your top king martial arts. Whether he can beat so and so yet now or that's not a debate.
Yeah.
In terms of iconic, everybody. I would say anybody who knows anything about any martial arts knows who Bruce Lee is. But so the fact that Chuck Norris was there, he almost felt like he was like a pioneer with him there, going through and because we know his record, like Chuck Norris felt like he's real. Like I love Van Damme, he's my hero. But there was always like, well, did Van Damme really do a lot of these fights, or how many fights did he do? It wasn't as obvious or documented, I feel, as like maybe Dolph Lundgren was or Chuck Norris. So Chuck Norris, and he was always involved in martial arts as a sport as well. It wasn't just like I'm doing action movies just to do movies. He had his I forgot, I actually watched his little it wasn't an MMA thing, but it was, what was it called? And it concentrated on fast, rapid fights, because he always thought that a lot of the martial arts tournaments were a little bit slow, and it was so points driven that people were scared to kind of like hit where he's like, I want to make it a little bit quicker. I forgot what it was called, but I actually watched it. And thought it was not too bad. It didn't last very long, but I think that helped him or whatever. So did you see any Chuck Norris movies in the theater, Jeff, or was it all? Because I don't think I've seen any in the not counting Expendables.
Just the Expendables 2, essentially.
Yeah.
Everything else I sort of just caught on DVD or late night TV runs.
I don't think any. Does anyone remember?
I don't think so. I mean, most of them were already out on VHS.
Yeah.
That
They did have theatrical runs though, because I remember Ebert, like Siskel and Ebert, actually reviewed a few and thought they were pretty good. Like some of them got like decent reviews or whatever.
I think Delta Force was like 83. So I mean,
I'm going to watch Delta Force 1 and 2 this weekend. I haven't watched them for a few years.
I love Delta Force Part 2.
Yeah,
so good.
I know we always talked about doing a versus. Maybe do that at some point. Delta Force 1 versus 2. That'd be a fun one.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I think I saw Hero and the Terror. That's because I would have been 17. Or so. So I think that might have been the first one I saw.
Wow, that's pretty good.
Terror,
yeah. That's an underrated Chuck Norris.
Oh yeah, absolutely underrated.
Yeah. The one which is not underrated though is Forest Warrior. He does turn into a bear at the end, but on the other hand, he stops a chainsaw with his bare hands.
So, he does stop a chainsaw with his bare hands. So.
I have not seen that one. I definitely.
You need to watch that.
It's something to watch. It's something to behold.
I think what's something special about Chuck Norris is because it's such a big filmography that you could discover new ones that were like, what the hell? When did when he's talking about this bear thing, I'm like, did we change topics? Like, is this still Chuck Norris? I don't remember this one. Wow, that's awesome. Well, that just sounds that first of all, that just sounds awesome. So,
I just put that clip on my stories on Instagram. You can actually
I'm gonna go see that. That
where
is
he
awesome.
grabs the chainsaw and stops it. It's awesome.
Of course he could. Why couldn't he?
Why couldn't he? Of course.
He also did, one of his sort of later movies was The Cutter, which he did with Daniel Bernhardt. That was good too.
I actually enjoyed that.
A lot of these like post-canon ones that like I sort of just lost track of, right? Like it's almost felt, and the sad thing is that it was one of those, I'll get to it. Like I'll put that one on the list, and then you just kind of never, because the list keeps growing and the list of what to need to watch is growing, and your time to watch it keeps diminishing, right?
That's
so you have to figure out, you almost have to cherry pick it. And it's good to have a bunch of friends who can at least say, you know what, these are the important ones you have to see for sure. Sean, so I know we're ready for Fantastic Four, but obviously this got changed like super fast. You did get your Chuck Norris shirt on in time, so I'm happy that A, I'm happy you're wearing a shirt, and B, that it's a Chuck Norris related one. Charlie and I got the Canon. We had the Canon email. We messaged privately. I was like, don't tell anyone else you're wearing. If anyone else says, are you wearing a Canon shirt, just say no, you're not. Just so no one else wears it.
Charlie had to switch his out from blue to the white there.
The white one, because I had the blue one or whatever. So we can't.
We had to differentiate. I don't want people thinking, mixing us up on here.
Hell no.
I found my hat, by the way. I lost it for a while there because I had the Superman hat and an AMI2 hat, but it was under my laundry, which is of course where everything always is.
I think that was the Mirror Universe Owen or something. Like it just was weird.
Yeah.
His hat got depressed. It's like I got left behind. He finally changed me.
It's starting to get misshapen. I might have to order like a new one. You just get it from the Van Damme site.
There you go.
Yeah. Oh, awesome. All right, Sean. What was the first one? Missing in Action, right?
I have no idea what the first one was. It's like the thing is you're awash in movies, right? And a lot of these things, like the pre-canon stuff, was on TV all the time. So here in Toronto, a lot of that stuff was played on City TV, and I watch a lot of like late night movies, like The Octagon. Silent Rage, where he basically fights a Unisol. It's like Lone Wolf McQuaid, of course, where he as you said, Jeff, he drives out of his own grave in a pickup truck.
That's what he's going to do this weekend. Just wait.
He might.
It's almost Easter. This should work.
Another guy did it. He could do it too.
That's right.
That guy didn't even know martial arts.
Is it Code of Silence? Is that the name of that movie? Where it looks like it's going to be a gritty, like cop movie in this gritty city. And then there's like a talking robot tank. Like and he teams up with it at the end. It's awesome. It's weird.
Well, would you team up with it?
Of course.
So this is a no-brainer. It's not.
When they shorten in the beginning, you're like, okay, well that's that. I didn't know he's gonna team up with the thing. Is wicked.
That's just foreshadowing. Yeah. Oh, that's going to come in useful later on. So.
Ooh, yeah.
Lucky we were there to get all that information. Yeah.
The thing, I feel like our generation is more tuned to the movies because I like when you read a lot of these articles, they're all about a Walker Texas Ranger, which of course ran for what nine seasons or something.
Long time.
I watched a lot of it. I didn't watch all of it, but to me, he was always a movie star. And of course, they had the whole the meme thing in the 2000s, and as you say, J-Man, people still like it never really died. To me, if you're maybe 10 years younger than us and back, I think that people know him more from that, and I feel like it's detracted from his actual accomplishments. Like you can say like you know all this stuff about how awesome and superhuman he is, but I feel like people don't understand where that actually comes from. Like the man won how many tournaments? Like when you read, like I think he was 6 years running in some championship, and of course he fought Bruce Lee. It's Way of the Dragon or Return of the Dragon. People always say it's Enter the Dragon. It's not.
Totally different one.
That's the normie alert.
That's oh my god.
It's like normie. I'm like,
I know it has
okay.
dragon in the title, but stop it.
How many movies have dragon in the title? It doesn't matter if they all have dragon in the title. It's the other words that matter too.
Yeah, I feel like the word everyone's trying to find tonight is Chuck Norris was foundational in that it's like for a while Schwarzenegger was synonymous with action, but I feel like Chuck Norris sort of took that away. In the 90s into the 2000s. When you think of action, you think of Chuck Norris. And badassery was synonymous with Chuck Norris as evidence with
manly
and stuff.
Just absolutely manly.
Yeah, manliness.
Yeah.
I last night I was working late and I was working at my desk here, and I have the TV on, and I usually have YouTube on it just to keep me company. And it goes through videos, and like it's random when it's going to go to. And all of a sudden, I don't know if anyone remembers, Conan O'Brien used to have the Walker Texas Ranger lever. It was a bit he did where it's a big lever, and when he pulls it, a random clip from Walker Texas Ranger, and it's a random clip that's out of context and hilarious, right? And usually it's Chuck Norris being a crap out of people, and people like or it's like something else, like a predicament, like some kid gets in trouble or something like that. And I couldn't stop. I couldn't stop watching. I had to go to bed, and I was like, I can't stop watching this thing. And there's the one where there's the famous one where I think it's Haley Joel Osment is like a little kid, and he's being taken in by Wilford Brimley and those guys, and they're like, I'm gonna be a regular visitor here. Oh, so good. And then he pauses and he goes, Walker says I have AIDS, and it just cuts.
Deadpan.
And I showed Jen that, and she's dying laughing. And I had Chuck Norris on the brain, and then I woke up and saw that he died. All week, for some reason, I've been thinking about Chuck Norris. I wanted to watch Delta Force 2 again because I haven't seen that as much as the other Chucks, and then watch it today. I feel like. As I said, he's foundational. He is what people think of when they think of action, like badass. And what's funny to me is that people harp on his acting. It's obviously a choice, his deadpan delivery and everything, because when he's in interviews, he's so personable and fun and everything. And when he's, like in Invasion USA, he's like reloading a gun, and there's zero reaction to what's going on around him. He's just a badass.
He's Batman in that movie. The bad guys turn around and there's Chuck Norris standing behind him.
The bad guy is scared.
Yes.
When does that happen?
Yeah, that's so rare to actually see, like Rostov, the villain, who's always so great. And he's terrified of him. He literally dreams about it.
He dreams about him. Premonitions,
Yeah.
I'll say this one last
shot
thing.
that guy in the dick.
Yeah, I'll say this one last thing. Chuck Norris comes from a time when action movies and action heroes are celebrated. And it's rough for us to see that slowly peeling away. Like that era is gone. but the people from that era are dying. And I mean, he was a guy that, yeah, he won all these tournaments. He fought Bruce Lee. He's in all these big movies with all these people. He was offered a cartoon. He was this thing.
Yeah.
It was a cartoon,
Yep.
Kenner toy line, craziness.
Yep.
You know, and he's had one hell of a legacy. So we'll never, I know people say this all the time, but we will never see the like of Chuck Norris again.
No.
Of a legit tournament fighter that fought legends and was a cartoon and everything. We'll never see that again. There's not even the foundation for that to happen anymore. And that's part of why I'm very, very sad, but also for Chuck Norris as well.
Sean, that's a good point, because like he even did an infomercial with that workout thing.
Yeah.
Total Gym and all that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Total Gym.
Total
And
Gym.
usually when you get to that point, you're almost like in like retread celebrity status. But
Like Jane Fonda and all that. It's like,
Christy
okay, you're
Brinkley,
kind of
yeah, but he was cool in that exercise. You're like, man, Chuck has still got it. Like that's the only thing that kind of entered your mind. It wasn't like, you know, he was like foretelling palm reading or whatever.
Yeah.
You know?
Second
He's still cool. And I think he is the essence of action cool that I don't think anyone else can really touch.
No.
Right.
Yeah.
No one can.
Yeah, it's not there because nobody's building up the heroes in this way anymore. Like this is seen. If you want to spend an afternoon being pissed off at everybody, I suggest watching people react or whatever for first time watching some of these movies. Like type in first time watching whatever movie you want that you like. That you can see idiots not understand. Hey, Havoc, how's it going, dude? By the way, thank you to everybody in the chat who's been here. I want to mention this. The ads are turned off, so we're not getting any revenue from that, but we are all streaming this together as a community on our various platforms.
Yep.
So if it's not too much trouble for the people who are watching, it's just to help support this kind of talk, not the distancing kind of talk. My point with the watching, if you want to get pissed off, watch first time reactions. People have trouble these days admitting that they just love something for what it is. They always try to make themselves seem apart from the thing they love if they secretly think it's a bit
edgy,
cheesy, or if they think it's not in the norm. So if I go out and say, "Oh man, I love Chuck Norris. You know, these movies are great." Oh, but you know, they're a bit cheesy. No, I don't think that they're like. I don't think Invasion USA is cheesy. It's like no, I like Invasion USA. I think this thing is pretty awesome. Yeah, but it's a bit goofy. I don't know what you're saying. Like, what's goofy in it? Well, you know, he's doing this. It's like, yeah, but movies are fake anyways. Like, all movies are fake. They said this on Siskel and Ebert. Ebert said it's a dream. It's light being projected on a screen.
Yep.
You know, in a black room. It's magic. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not a factual thing that you dig up archaeology and you dig up a book like, oh, this is the real book. It's magic and fun and fantasy. All movies are fantasy. Right? Nobody
reality is paying bills and going to work and generally being boring. That's what real life is. There's no excitement.
Yeah, and like nobody gets up in a movie and goes and takes a piss because they haven't taken it all night, and then go shower and then eat breakfast and then go to their car and they're like, oh crap, I forgot my keys. You know, like none of that stuff's. But I mean, what actually pisses me off. No, it pisses me off. What pisses me off is that you have people who are claiming to like the thing, but they're distancing themselves from it instead of just embracing it and saying, look, I love this and I don't care. Well, you're stupid too, or you're an idiot. That's cool. I don't care if you think that. Like, I'm into these movies. I like seeing it. So I see one, I'll throw it on. Oh, that wasn't as good. It's okay. It's still cool. It's still kind of fun. That mentality is gone. So you're not going to get guys built up because, like, if that were the case, Scott Adkins, who are the other guys? And really Owen and Charlie would be the better guys.
Bren Foster deserves to be the huge action
star.
star.
Why are they not? Because you're not going to see another Chuck Norris because they're not allowing it to happen because people are just so, no, I don't know if it's just cynical or what it is. Like, they just think everything, like I watched, this is not
a bunch of pussies for a start.
Yeah. There's that too, yeah. But I watch people react to Escape from New York or something, and when the movie's over, they're like, yeah, that was actually pretty good, as though they thought it might be bad, and they're like, yeah, there's some cheesy moments and stuff. Like, where was the cheese in Escape from New York? Like that Seattle was burnt down. That entire section was burnt down. They really filmed there. Like, is that cheesy? It's like, that's real. Like, all that shit there is really like. So it's like, this is the mentality of the people you're dealing with, so their things don't go up. That's the problem, right? So that's one of the issues. But Chuck Norris, I like that he just did his movie. It's like, I'm doing the next one. Whether people liked it or not, he didn't take it. Like, he didn't try to pivot. I know some guys did pivot a little bit. He always remained awesome and himself. Like all of the other guys that we love, they did try to, we'll branch out or change who we are a little bit to try to get in or whatever. He really never did. And then he solidified himself as manly man of action, no nonsense, kicks ass, and he's got the memes and all that, and all of the Chuck Norris facts and everything. And yeah, though, you could say those are. I don't think they're bad. Like, at least he's remembered in some way, and there will be someone who sees that and says, "What is this Chuck Norris? Maybe I should watch one of these movies," and they will watch it. It will maybe continue in some way, in the sense that they will watch it. As long as these guys come out, these 4Ks, these boutiques places, they keep pushing it out there. Like Vinegar Syndrome did the Invasion, they did the Sidekicks, they did. So and those sell out, man. Like those are important. Yeah, those are important. So people are interested, and they will get interested as long as other people are showcasing it, and showcasing it in the right way. Not just like, it's pretty good for its time. If you want to piss me off, you put "for its time" at the end of your praise of something. That about 17 years ago, someone at my job said Superman was good for its time. Instant rage mode, and you're going to get the full J-Man experience. It's like, okay, I said, for its time, what does that mean? Like, this hamburger's good for its time, or what are you talking about? Like, it's a bunch of shit. Did you like the thing or not? If you didn't like it, fine. I don't care about your loser opinion. But if you liked it, say it. Anyways, that's a mini rant on the side. But yeah, like, I like that Chuck Norris just didn't care. It's like, I'm making the movie, I'm cool in it. He had fun with it. Like, some of the movies were a little bit more fun, some of them were a bit more serious, but Chuck was always awesome and at least showed up with a good attitude. Like, you didn't hear too much. There's someone who we know, Steven Seagal, does get a lot of, he was a total a-hole or whatever, and Van Damme was an ass on the set and all this. I don't think, is there anyone that thought, that Chuck Norris, man, I couldn't stand working with that guy. Like, have you guys heard any stories, some of the action guys?
And you can't do a 9-season show and be like a terrible person.
That Walker Texas Ranger went for my grandparents couldn't understand English very well, so they needed very simplified, iconic, easy to understand television programs. So, for example, A-Team. My grandfather watched A-Team. He watched Dukes of Hazzard because, like, those guys are cool, these guys are goofy, right? But if the bad guys were too evil, like, he didn't get into Chuck Norris films, but Walker, him and my grandmother, Walker's tonight, we gotta watch Walker. So they watch it because they could just see that Chuck Norris was a good person. He was a good guy. And it was almost like that was himself. Like, he's just being cool in himself, and they appreciate that. They didn't know, this is a different than Missing in Action. They don't understand that. They just watched it because it was like simple and entertaining, and they knew exactly what they were getting. That's also gone. So anyone here, there's no negative stories on Chuck, is there?
Not that I know of. I mean, I see a couple of comments from trolls, like some people who I've actually unfollowed today, because they're like, yeah, I was never really a fan of Chuck Norris, and I didn't agree with his political beliefs or whatever, so I don't really care that he's dead or whatever. And I was like, it's too bad it wasn't you instead.
This is a man that stood by his convictions too.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Sorry, can I just interrupt you? I have to respond to Al Davis here. He says, I'm not embarrassed or feel shame for anything I like because I like it. I bought a Ronan Keating CD single. Was it Life is a Roller Coaster? Because that's not bad. Just see what you say.
Life is a okay, yeah. I mean, no, Al, like,
he's bonding with Al right now.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
No, I think, and guys, I apologize. I know I try to read as many comments as possible, but there's a lot of people watching right now, so it's difficult. Awesome. I'm trying to, like, kind of look as well. But thank you all for being here. Really appreciate it. Please also subscribe. I'm going to put some links. It's a YouTube thing. I know it's just to help us to come together and keep the community strong. That's really the point of it, because you guys want to hear from people that enjoy the things. We're not shilling. Nobody's getting all of this money to say Chuck Norris is great or whatever. We're giving our honest to goodness opinion. We buy the stuff. We say the movies are good. We purchase them and we hold them in our hands and we watch them multiple times. We're not just here to talk and say, it's Chuck Norris. Let's take this opportunity to put a live stream together and whatever. That's why I took the ads off.
Yeah.
I do ask that people do check out some of these other guys' work. They do great stuff. The Action Elite is the website for me, go-to website. Charlie's podcast, Action is Action Podcast. Please check these guys out. I will put some links up, so it's not to try to, gain anything, but we want people to kind of come together and celebrate this kind of stuff and not just always look down at it.
We're going to be the ones to carry it on. I mean, we're the ones that are going to soldier forward with his legacy. Like, he's done what he's done. His legacy will always be there, but we're going to be the ones that keep reminding people about it to, make sure people don't forget about it.
And can I just, like, maybe I'm off base on this one, but just times are different. And I think considering how, like, when Chuck and Bruce Lee and like that first initial wave of action star, and then Bruce coming out of the East, things were just more simple. Like, there was the black hat and the white hat, and there wasn't the cynicism of like Watergate and all that kind of stuff. So your heroes were like, this is the bad guy, and this is the good guy, and the bad guy would fight and overcome whatever it is to beat the bad guy. And we're in such a cynical time where everything's clouded. The anti-hero is being propped up, that Chuck almost seems kind of like maybe antiquated for like a modern audience that didn't grow up during that time, where it was like you just wanted to see somebody kick ass and beat the bad guy up. That's all you wanted.
Right.
And he fulfilled that every movie.
See,
that's fair.
Steve, I agree with you, but like the one thing I find is modern audiences love to crow about how sophisticated they are, but I challenge if they really are. Like,
I'm with you on that one too.
And like, like I hear people say, well, that movie's so old, like it can't be good. And I'm like, what are you?
Have you been to the movies this year?
Yeah, like I'm just like, show me the movies you're into, like, and they talk about movies. I'm like, that is an anal dump. What are you talking about? Like, that holds no candle to like cinema that's lasted for like 80 years, over 80 years, sorry, 90 to 100 years. Are you out of your mind? Like it's gotten to the point where I don't even listen to, like, do not respect their opinion to the point that they speak, the words go in one ear and literally out the other, and the brain doesn't compute what they are as they're passing through. It is just nonsense. And I just like, I have so little respect for most, and it's not respect for the person in the office or the person on the street. I'm talking about people who are paid legitimate money to give their opinion, and I don't respect it. It's just because they don't actually love what they're doing. They don't love what they're reviewing. It's a job to them.
Well, most of them are paid to make that, decision. Like, oh, I got paid for this particular movie. I'm going to talk good about it because I got paid. I
wish I got paid.
Right.
I'll shill for anything. Please pay me. I'll shill.
Trailers half the time, so it's like I don't understand.
Wow, Mandalorian looks amazing.
Yeah.
Wow.
If you want a steaming pile of shit at all,
it's not a horrendous piece of trash.
Just go to 1-800-PLEASE-SHILL and send them $200, and
he'll.
Not to mention, I can get like 2 Chuck Norris movies in the length that most of these fucking movies are putting out now anymore. So it's like, what do I want to do? Spend 2.5 hours watching a bunch of dudes jerk each other off for an Oscar, or Chuck Norris blow the shit out of everything on the screen?
Yeah, they knew. You know what I mean? Say, this we can broaden this a little bit because canon is sort of your kind of main thing. I never knew canon was looked down upon. I'm not being funny.
No, I agree.
When I saw canon, I thought, oh, this will be awesome. That was literally what I thought, because you're like, oh, American Ninja and all the missing in actions. It's like anytime he's like dun 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 dun, dun, right? And you got that. I was like, oh, is this canon? Oh my god, this is gonna be free.
This is gonna be amazing.
Yeah, because when you rented movies in my day, they never gave you, like, it was always in that clamshell where it was just a tape, because the cover was sort of on the shelf.
Stayed on the shelf. You handed them that, they handed you the clamshell. That's
they gave you the thing. So you didn't really, and as a kid, you're not really looking. But canon was one of the few where I remember the logo. So when I saw the logo, that was like, oh, this will be cool. Yeah. You know, like, oh yeah, Cyborg, that was canon, right? Yeah, oh, this is going to be awesome. And it's like, so that's how we actually identified it. And I didn't know it was bad for a long, like, not like, well, then I was 17 and I didn't know it was bad. I'm like 27, like, oh, canon's awesome. It's like, no, it's kind of cheesy. It is.
The internet ruined our childhood for a lot of us.
The internet ruined everything.
Yeah.
It didn't ruin shit for me.
Hate it? Like, that doesn't make any sense. These are the greatest things ever. It's that goosebump thing where you're just like, okay, I'm going to watch this movie. And, you know, especially with my dad would be like, oh, we're going to watch this. That Canon logo would pop up, dude. And my favorite thing is going back and watching those Canon documentaries, you know, the Electric Boogaloo one they did. And there's even some interviews with Chuck Norris talking about those times. The times he almost died, they took him off in a helicopter and they weren't supposed to. He was hanging on to the bottom rung and they're like, we're going to lift you up like 5 feet, get a camera shot, and then they're going to put you right down. No one told the pilot. So he flew with Chuck Norris hanging on the bottom, and Chuck's telling this story and he's like, I couldn't open my fist. They had to pry my fingers apart because I was like, my whole thing was locked.
Oh my God. Yeah.
And they basically had to be like, the pilot was not allowed to be around Chuck ever again after that filming, you know, because you got to think, even Chuck, we feel like he's, you know, pretty even-tempered guy. I'd be fucking pissed if someone took off with me,
that's a
big
few
hundred yards. It's
God.
huge.
Yeah.
But it's also, we've come to learn the Canon way. You know, Canon will do what they got to do to get the movie out.
Yeah.
Right. Anthony, I really appreciate the super sticker, the $3. I can't see what it is. It's like a little, it's a little green green guy giving the thumbs up. I appreciate that, Anthony. Thank you so much. Hey, world of Atlantic, how's it going? You're chilling, especially the 70 guys. Do all the karate kicks. Yeah. Hey, Corey, how's it going? I'm trying to, yeah. I mean, there's so like we could, I mean, you know, I don't know. I don't really want to go through the entire like sort of filmography on this. I mean, I guess we could look at it if you guys want to go through them all, but there's so many things. I think it's like when eventually a person gets so big that their name becomes the movie. So for example, like in the old days, you'd say, oh, I want to go check out that latest Bogart picture. Or, oh, the new Cagney picture's out. Right. Yeah. And I'm trying to think, maybe Tom Cruise, I guess, would be, you'd say Mission Impossible Tom Cruise sort of has two avenues. There's a Tom Cruise movie, and then there's the Mission Impossibles are sort of have their own kind of time. Yeah. But like we're referring to a lot of these as, oh, we got to see the new Chuck Norris movie. Oh, there's a new Chuck Norris movie. Shit, we got to, you know, you go to the rental store. Oh, Chuck Norris. Oh shit, I haven't seen this one. Right. Like, you weren't concerned. Oh, what's this one about? Right? Oh, let's take it off. Remember take it off the shelf, turn the back where it would tell you the time and the synopsis. You know, you don't have that anymore, but you turn the thing back. What's this one? It didn't matter. Like, you know, you'd go and rent movies and you'd see a bunch of them and, you know, they all have covers. It's like a guy with a gun or something. You're like, what's this one? You flip it back. Oh shit, there's like a robot in this one. Okay, I'll check this one out. Right? Like Chuck Norris was sort of it's Chuck Norris. I mean, that's awesome. Like, so he became, even Schwarzenegger did not have this. Stallone didn't have this either. Stallone was still Rambo. It's like, oh, there's a new Rambo movie. Got to check that out. Right. Because Chuck Norris was I'm trying to think, is there anyone else? Maybe Van Damme, possibly Dolph as well, to a lesser extent, those guys, but it took a while for them to kind of get to that status. But Chuck Norris became it's a Chuck Norris movie. I got to check this one out. Versus like you were a bit more thoughtful. Like Schwarzenegger, you kind of knew he was so big. Like those Schwarzenegger and Stallone were so big, you knew what you were getting. It's like, oh, it's Terminator 2. Well, yeah,
you'd already heard about it. You weren't going to be surprised.
You weren't going to
one of those. Maybe Lock Up with Stallone, where you're like, I don't know what is this one. I never heard of this one. But Chuck Norris, like we talked about, there was so much before some of us were even starting to watch action that we get introduced to him, and then you're like, oh shit, there's a filmography. Like, oh, this one, you know, like I'm holding on to some like right now that are just like, you know, a force of one. You know, it doesn't.
Yeah, I like that.
You know, other than it says Chuck Norris on it, you know, you're not looking at like, you know, the good guys wear, you know, stuff like that. you know, so you had to look a little bit, but you're like, oh wait, there's that one. Oh, there's another one. There's like 10 movies I've never seen. Right. I'm going to start watching through them. And then he did, well, during Walker, he slowed down, you know, making movies because he's making a really damn good television show and he's making good money at it. So you do have that lull in movie making because he went into the TV realm of it.
But you almost felt like you got like little mini Chuck Norris.
It always felt like Chuck was around at that point. So you're watching him on TV. I also remember, I forget whether it was TBS or TNT, there was always like this action-packed like block of movies. Yeah. And they always had this like promo of Bruce Lee, all these other, but it was the Chuck Norris just punching the shit out of someone, and it was movies guys like or some shit like that.
Right.
Like,
they'll use him for the promos, like he becomes like an icon. So I want to mention, because this did bring, we're gonna spend 1 second on this. I don't want to dwell on this. And everyone, okay, so Charlie's in the States. Jeff, where are you?
UK.
Okay. So with the exception of exception of Charlie, we're all not American, right?
How am I alone?
You're alone. You're lone American.
You're lone wolf McQuaid tonight, Charlie.
You're the lone wolf McQuaid.
Come on.
No, and someone mentioned about the politics, and Owen was commenting a little bit about how some people. Why has this become the determining factor for things? Like when we were younger, it's become everything. It doesn't matter what side of this. Yeah,
it gives the other side a target. Oh, I don't have to like him now because
because of X, Y, and Z. This person agrees with.
They use politics, which becomes their personality then, and politics has to be a part of everything. And you're just like, shut the fuck up, you tedious bastard. Nobody cares. We're just celebrating the death of this person who brought joy to many. If you don't have anything nice to say, shut up.
Yeah, we got this with a few other guys that have passed. I'm not going to mention the names because tonight's about Chuck, but some of the other people I've seen sort of this kind of posting stuff. It's like, well, this person agreed with that person. It's like, well, firstly, this panel, most of it's in Canada, so we're not, like that extreme on these things or whatever. But I don't know why that even matters. It's like Chuck Norris made a bunch of awesome movies. I don't even know where he stood anyways. So I wouldn't have even known because I don't care. I am not interested in what Chuck Norris thinks should be happening with, whatever political party A or political party B. I'm interested in how much ass is he going to kick in this next movie. And that's what's important.
He wouldn't hide it, but he also wasn't going out of his way to tell everyone where he stood. If you knew who Chuck Norris was, you knew where he stood. He was a devout Christian. He's a Republican. He's, red-blooded American. That's just kind of the way he was. Mm-hmm. But he didn't go on every news channel and bitch about, the politics going on around him, because he's kind of like I'm just Chuck Norris. George Bush thought he was like a real Delta Force guy. He jokes about
he is.
Like, I think George he was joking about it.
He invented the Delta Force. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but like when war broke out, George Bush is like, we need to get Chuck Norris, and Chuck's like, I'm not the guy in the movie. Okay, I'm just a regular dude now. I can't just run overseas and fight the battles for America. It would be better off if he would, but
he probably he'd finish it up in like in record time.
This also is because Chuck Norris's death is trending. I mean, one of the downsides today is being online. As much as I love seeing all the love for Chuck, now I'm inundated with it. Like I'm just constantly, it's like wave after wave of emotion. Right. Now the other side's going to use that to our advantage. Chuck Norris's death is trending. Let me say what I think I should say, or let me crack some kind of crass joke about something because I'll get recognized for it. Yeah. Because in this era, it doesn't matter if it's a good take or a bad take, or if people don't like what you say. It's the fact you said it and they're interacting with it. Right. So, and that's the bullshit. It's
probably not even real people either. It's troll farms and bots.
Most of them, they're bots and AI and all this bullshit. It's ridiculous. When places like TMZ can actually do a nice tribute to Chuck Norris, that should tell you a lot. They don't give a fuck about anything, but they're also the other ones that when I see them share it, it's usually legit. Yeah.
I'm with you, Charlie. They're the ones I check first. Any rumor, if TMZ's got it, all right, it's true.
I think they've only been wrong once or twice in the past 5-10 years. But it's ridiculous the way people have to politicize Every fucking thing, man. These are my escapisms. This is what I use to escape the bullshit. I don't care if the topic of the movie is about terrorism and the president sending Delta Force and hostages. I'm not trying to put it into what's happening today. I am in the moment. I am watching Chuck Norris and I'm enjoying this movie because I know the good guys are going to fucking win. In real life, the good guys don't always fucking win.
And they are, and we know they're the good guys. And I think this is where people are getting this divide where it's like, oh, but the villain was really the good guy, or it was misunderstood, and that's another thing that pissed me off. But I want to share something that that Charlie has shared with us here. Was that you, Charlie? Yeah, who sent that to me, right? Yeah,
I sent that to you.
So this is what we call great parenting. Is that what we call this?
This is my favorite picture I've ever taken. This is my son at about 13 years old. I was out in the shop working on a job, and he would always, at that age, what's dad doing? And he came in the shop. What you doing, Dad? What you working on? I forget what the project was I was working on. And I was talking to him for a few minutes. I got into what I was doing, and I realized he wasn't like standing next to me and he wasn't making any noise. I had Delta Force playing on my shop television. When I say I'm in the shop, boys, this is it. And I had Delta Force on, and I kind of look up from what I'm doing, and that's what I saw. My son, a bomb could have gone off and he wouldn't have moved. This is where Chuck Norris is riding that motorcycle, chasing down the airplane to grab the rope to climb up it. He never left that spot. And the smile on his face when he turned around when the credits rolled. And I had enough thought to snap a picture of this because that's his first R-rated movie at 13. Delta Force was my first.
That memory is captured R-rated. Forever right there.
It's forever. This is one of my most cherished things. And now we've started the new tradition with my youngest. I didn't make it Delta Force. We did Running Man with his for his first action movie.
Oh, nice.
But, give it a little diversity because Running Man was one of my favorites growing up. But now, like even today, like I look at that picture, man, I'm just like, God damn it, man. Like that's how much Chuck Norris means to us. Like not just me, but us.
Yeah. I think kids can tell. 1 hour, 12 minutes. I'll just say Star Wars just to get out of the way. I had Star Wars on, the real Star Wars, which is 1977. Where it was just called Star Wars, not some weird long title. And my nephew was a little kid, like infant, like one, right?
Yeah.
If Darth Vader was on the screen, and then the second Darth Vader leaves, he's like, it's all right. So it's like because they know.
I think my mom with Han Solo. Anytime Han Solo's like, it's Harrison Ford, and then
it's like the kids know, man. They're like, oh shit, what's going on? You know what the thing is? Just to give some positive spin back to the first time watching people, there are some positive ones where I've seen where they've watched and they're like, whoa, that was awesome. So I've seen both reactions. This is stupid and cheesy, right? It wasn't for me, or it's a guy movie or some dumb. Well, I don't know what that means either. It's like, but it's just like, yeah. But then there has been a few people that have been like, oh, I get it. This is really cool. I see what this is all about now. Hey, Dan Collins, how's it going, dude?
What's up, brother?
Can I just comment? Just scroll up to Slade Wilson's comment there.
Slade, yeah.
Yeah. A meteor hit here in Hawaii. We had one in Mississauga last night. Did you hear that?
No.
There apparently had been a meteor, so this is obviously the Autobots arriving now.
I hope so.
Time.
I'm going to join the Autobots.
Yeah, I'll join either side. I'm not worried.
No, don't join the Decepticons, dude.
No, I'm sorry. Soundwave is my spirit animal.
Soundwave.
No, you guys are. Listen,
I love any of the Jets. So
yeah, I like all of those characters. I like even the secondary Jets. I like those characters too. But no, you don't want to join them because
freaking meteor hit Ohio.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Nuts.
Maybe it's like Last Starfighter. They've come and picked up Chuck Norris to go fight in some intergalactic war.
The meteor happened, and they took him back home to take over another universe or something.
Hell yeah, man.
That would make sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, on St. Patrick's Day. That's crazy.
It's just insane.
I think it's just because, I think we took it for granted that there'll be another Chuck Norris movie. And there's so many. Like, I feel like I don't know if Chuck Norris is one of the ones where it's sort of like the whole bulk of his stuff. Like if you look at Stallone, there's the obvious, like it's like Rambo, Rocky. Like these are the super obvious ones that if someone's telling you they don't like Rocky or something, it's like you're like, what are you talking about, right?
Right.
Everyone likes, and in the first time watching thing that I've been doing, everyone has liked First Blood. Like not one person has actually watched it and thought, well, that wasn't that good. Everyone's like, oh, that was like pretty good. So, Rocky, Rambo, those are solidified. Schwarzenegger has his Terminator. For me, Conan is my favorite movie. Yeah. Predator. Like he's got sort of like Total Recall. He's got these ones where it's like, that's like super solid. I'm not sure if Chuck Norris has, I guess the only ones, maybe Delta Force Missing in Action are the ones that have had.
Those are like his two like mainstay, like almost like
Hitman,
franchisable. Oh god,
Hitman. Yeah, I've got Hitman. That's one I do have. Yeah.
Badass.
Yeah, so I'm not sure.
Lone Wolf McQuaid. Yeah.
Lone Wolf. Yeah.
That's the manliest man movie they ever made.
Yeah.
I feel like there's not. I feel like a lot of people have favorites, and there's overlap on the favorites, but I feel like nobody here is going to say, well, Terminator and isn't awesome. Like it's just like if you say what are your favorite Schwarzeneggers? I mean, is Terminator not going to be there? Like that's weird, right?
You're going to have like mass popularity behind those. Those are like
yeah, and like
we call them the biggins when we they're always going to be the biggins.
The biggins, yeah.
But when it comes to Chuck as an actor is our biggin. But you're right. Yes. Whenever you're sitting there talking about the movies, they're not really the biggins as far as pop culture goes, or the general public.
And more cult classics and anything.
If anything, it is the Walker. For most people, the biggin stuff for everyone is Walker, for what they know him for, and what he's most popular for, really.
Yeah.
That makes sense though, because he's in your living room once a week.
TV.
Yes.
Right?
He is in your house once a week.
Sometimes 40 weeks if you count reruns, right?
How many? What was the year count? Did anyone have that, or should I look it up?
It was 93 onward, I think.
Wow.
Yeah.
So how many? So 9 years? No, how many years was it?
9 seasons.
Nine seasons.
So foreseeably, someone could have grown up.
Oh, easily, yeah.
Like if you're like 10 and you're watching that, you've literally grown up with Chuck Norris being part of your family living room. This is. So for the Doctor Who guys on this panel, you guys know this is the Tom Baker syndrome, where the guy does it for 8 seasons or whatever, 9 years. Tom Baker becomes the definitive Doctor Who because that's the one who's just been there the longest, and everyone knows that, and the scarf and all that. So it's like Walker, and you're right. I don't know who someone in the very beginning of this panel said that the Walker stuff seems to be sort of overtaking everything else. Because of that TV, tons of people are watching. Yeah, Sean?
Well, I was going to say that's probably where the memes come from. That's probably where all those like superhuman facts come from, is that show more than the movies.
Because they would poke fun at Chuck-isms before they were Chuck-isms in the show. There was always a wink and a nod to something maybe he did before.
Yeah, he always had a twinkle in the eye.
Yeah. I mean,
that's a good way to say that.
So he was always iconic as Chuck Norris. Chuck Norris is not a character. We're just looking at his real name's Carlos. It's also Spanish for Charlie. I got that earlier. But
well, that's why I put you in the middle.
That's right. But it's Chuck Norris, like J-Man was saying, whenever he's playing that character, he did it on purpose. He's playing, Chuck Norris as whatever, McCoy or all the other ones. He didn't need to be separate all the time whenever it came to his persona around there. And so it was always nice to know that that's just what Chuck was. He's a lot more personable in the interviews and stuff, and to watch him laugh and joke is kind of heartwarming when it comes down to it. But Chuck, you knew what you were going to get when, like you said, you throw a movie on, didn't matter what it was about or whatever episode you're going to watch of Walker, Texas Ranger, you knew what you were going to get. You were going to get Chuck.
Yeah, and I think because he didn't have some of the obvious, like a Total Recall or Predator or like a Rocky or Rambo, because he didn't have that, everyone has different experiences. So like I know we were saying Mount Rushmore, Chuck Norris goes on the Mount Rushmore. How about if we did the Mount Rushmore of Chuck Norris movies. Everyone might say Delta Force, and you might pick which one you like better, or Missing in Action. But after those two, people are going to start saying different things because I thought Octagon was pretty badass. Like that, I saw that and I was like, holy shit, right? So as opposed to if you did the Arnold Schwarzenegger Arnold Schwarzenegger film Mount Rushmore, it's like what Terminator, Total Recall, Predator. Conan for me. I guess that would be like my. I don't. You know what I'm saying? Like it would be something like that.
Which Terminator though, J-Man?
I like both terms. I like the both.
So there's only two, 1 and 2.
You're gonna have to put them together as one film. Though.
I put them together as one. Yeah, I cheat all the time.
I would totally do that in a heartbeat.
Yeah. I know they're not as good as Dark Fate or Genesis, but
Yeah, well, no, like 1 and 2, I count that as one movie.
Owen, thanks for everything tonight, buddy.
Listen, see, I knew that was a joke, which is why I just brushed it off because it's like
no one would say anything as nonsense.
It's outrageous, right?
Look, Owen's mourning today. Okay, just don't think anything he says seriously. He's not in his right mind today.
Yeah, it's like the flat earthers or something. It's like no, Dark Fate's pretty good. It's like I have to go away now.
Yeah,
just go stand over there.
But it's interesting because like I kind of see him. I know you mentioned that Tom Cruise has these kind of two different paths.
Yeah,
but I think Cruise is the last of the actors where you go to see him. Like,
I agree. That's what I was saying.
Right? I'll agree with that.
Yeah. And Chuck Norris, you went to see him.
Right.
Yeah.
You're watching Walker because of Chuck Norris. You're watching all of his movies because of Chuck Norris, right? And everyone else, you're going to see a role. You're seeing Tom Holland as Spider-Man. You're seeing Chris Evans as Captain America. You're not going to see Tom.
Yeah, there's no movie stars anymore. That's the thing. It's
they're all
the characters. The Anthony Mackie says he Falcon or Captain America or whatever, and that's the thing, and that is the sad reality of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because
the action hero is gone now. Like you don't have the action. Anyone could be an action star now. Like any actor whatsoever can be an action star. It's not like a unique thing anymore. And I think that's what's missing in cinema. That anyone can basically learn a few moves and then they've instantly become a hit star. Whereas Chuck Norris was a legitimate action star. He had all the accolades behind him for his fight career, and then he went on to the movies, whereas that's the stuff we're just missing now.
It is. No, I agree with that because and this is no shade to the actor, but it's like Bob Odenkirk, who was known as a comedian and a writer and stuff like that. Now he's worked really fucking hard to do those nobody movies, and I know he's got another one coming out, but now he's labeled as an action star, but he didn't start out that way like a lot of these other ones did.
Yeah, the career action star is almost dead.
Right.
And career comedian and career all these guys want to branch off and do other things. They don't understand what branding is.
Yeah, and that's a shame because there's these guys who are brilliant, like Scott Adkins and Brent Foster and Marcos Aurora, people like these who should be huge stars. And if this was the 80s or 90s, they would be. But
absolutely.
The market's not really there anymore. I mean, I know people don't really like anything anymore. It's like, we're bored of superheroes, we're bored of action. What do you want then?
I think a lot of the newer generation isn't even watching movies half the time. My kids don't care about movies unless I put it on there. Like they haven't asked to go to the theater to watch a film in I don't know how long. Now, most of the time it's because, it'll be streaming soon enough, but they're not watching the movies. So who are you making them for? So I know we've had this conversation countless times on here, but it's like, I'm still watching the movies. And guess what? I love action movies. Why don't we put that out there? There's a reason Beekeeper made so much damn money when it came out because we were hungry for it.
Gave us what we were looking for.
Yeah,
and
we
also
wanted that.
Making the villains scammers who are like the lowest forms of life. That's the thing, because no, you can do whatever you want to them. You can torture them, kill them, whatever. And we're like, go ahead, do it twice.
It's universally hated. I mean, and not to get overly political, that's what worked in the 80s.
Yeah,
Russia was universally hated by most people, so they were the bad guys. Vietnam,
they're great now.
The people of Russia are fine. I have no problem with it. Just do the politics. Stay with America.
I don't endorse. I don't endorse any of this. Thanks, Java James, coffee drinker. Trying to give it attention. Thank you. I appreciate that, buddy.
we made the joke there from like January on. It felt like every action movie I picked, the bad guy was Russian, but I was like, that's kind of normal. Like for the longest time, it was just like, okay, they were Russian. I didn't think anything political about it. It just went, okay, they're the bad guys apparently.
Yeah, it's like they did it with the Jamaicans briefly as well in the 90s.
Mark for Death. Classic.
I hope they weren't triplets.
Love that movie.
So good.
Yeah.
I mean, they just got too clever and deconstructionist with everything. I think that's really what it is. There's no real pure action or pure horror. Like, I don't even know what that weapons thing is because it's funny to me.
And heroism
to me,
is
I'll just say this: like, it's fine in action movies are big in China and India, and box office is big there too. Absolutely. So. It's like look no further than Hollywood for the problem.
But that's why Michael Jai White said that's why he still does action, because it has a worldwide audience. Like America, not so much, but those movies make bank.
Yeah,
I think because of Chuck's like abilities outside of the film industry, it's more believable. You feel more invested in the fights and the character because you're like, oh yeah, Chuck Norris can really kick the shit out of guys. It's awesome, the roundhouse kick and all that. Whereas I think I love the Nobody movies, and Bob Odenkirk is a great actor, and I really like Better Call Saul. I think I liked it more than Breaking Bad.
I'm with you, J-Man.
Yeah, I think I liked it a little bit more.
No, I still need to see Better Call Saul. Greg, my brother, watched them both, and he said Better Call Saul is arguably better, so I kind of want to watch it now.
I think it might be, but
it's different
and Bob
show, but better.
It's a different. You're right, but Bob did a great job. That's it.
Right.
We covered the Nobody movies. They're great, but you're like. But he's just an actor and he's just going to go on to the next thing and then that's it. It's not, it doesn't become your lifestyle brand of like, I'm a tough guy.
And you didn't cut your teeth doing it. Like we talk about Scott Adkins on here. Scott started as a stunt double half the time. He worked his way up. He is known for action. Michael Jai White, the exact same way. But it's almost like they've hit the ceiling that they can never break past. And like you guys saying, a lot of it, I think a lot of it is it's more of an excuse for Hollywood to not invest into action movies because they're like, well, people just aren't interested in them. Maybe they would be if we do some good ones. Yeah. Not everything. I think someone had it in the chat here. Oh yeah, and they used to be cheaper. Mm-hmm. You're right. Yeah. Action movies don't need to be hundreds of millions of dollars to make a good action movie. Yeah. Go watch every canon movie ever made. You'll figure out the formula real fast. They're selling a movie that doesn't even exist to pay for the one they're doing right now. But they did so much with so little, and they had Chuck. Like they knew what they had. It's like, oh, put Chuck Norris on the poster, we'll sell it. Don't even worry about it. Who do you do that with now? Like even the big names, like aside from Tom Cruise, who do you put on a poster that regardless of what the title of the movie is, you go, I will watch that.
So
Tom,
there's no one.
Tom, that's it.
It's funny. Chuck Norris got into movies. I don't know if anyone knows this because of Steve McQueen. He was teaching Steve McQueen, and Steve McQueen said to him, "You should be in movies." Now, Steve McQueen was another huge movie star back in the day. Made a lot of action movies, Bullet, Towering Inferno, all this stuff. Yes, he also made The Cincinnati Kid and other stuff, so he wasn't just an action guy. But so Chuck started making movies. He made Breaker and all that stuff, and then the critics didn't like his movies. His critics didn't think much of his movies, but he had that one hit. I forget. It's funny. I forget the name of it. It was in '79, but it was that shockingly big box office movie, and Steve McQueen said to him, because he was sort of worried about the movie critics, and Steve McQueen said to him, the movie critics can love you, but if the movie makes $2, you're not going to work. And at the end of the day, Hollywood is still an industry. It's like any other industry that we work in or that we're associated with. You want to make money. So what I think happened is that I honestly think that everyone started to chase, just like today when everyone chases the likes and the clicks and all that, they started to chase the critical acclaim instead of chasing what everyone wanted, because what the critics want and what the actual audiences want are divergent. And anyone who tells you otherwise is fucking lying to you. So I'm going to tell you that right now. the guy who killed action movies, I'm going to put it as feet, and I like the guy, but who killed action movies was Matt Damon with The Bourne Identity. That killed action movies because he was a serious actor, and he made action movies accessible to that
for people who don't like action movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, here's another thing. This doesn't piss me off, but it's a red flag. Red flag. You're getting a lot of tips today. Oh my god, getting a lot of tips. Okay, red flag alert. I usually don't like this, but I like this, right? I usually don't like action movies, but I really like this. Like, yeah, so it's a fake action movie. Is it? You know how I know that? You just told me. Because if it was a real action movie, you wouldn't like it because you just told me also, I don't like action movies, but I like The Bourne Identity. Okay, so it's a fake action movie.
How can you hate an entire genre as well? It's like, I just hate every single one of these movies that's ever been made. Have you seen them all?
Yeah, like, I hate. Right, I hate.
Dumb thing to say. Yeah, I'll try any genre. Like when I was younger, I'd be like, oh yeah, maybe I wouldn't watch musicals, but no, I watch musicals now. I don't care. I'll watch whatever. If it's good, it's good. I watch every genre, and like you're denying yourself.
Oh, absolutely.
Entertaining stuff too.
Yeah, one of the main things is where people will argue about going to see a certain film. As I said, there's many movies to watch in little time, right? So like Sean and I and Steve's is pretty large collection. Steven's got a pretty large collection. Owen, Charlie, I don't know how big your collections are. Like I'm into the 4,000s of movies.
8 bookcases full, so I think it's about 2,000 or 3,000. Yeah.
So in the thousands.
So
yeah,
for sure. Sean, like we're all in like the thousands here. So
yeah,
if I end this stream right now and you all quit your jobs and you can sleep, I'll let you sleep for 8 hours and that's all you can do. You need to start watching. You're not going to finish. Just to give you a shocker, do the math. You're not going to finish all you have. So we have to really pick.
Yeah.
Hey, Brandon, how's it going, buddy? Thanks, man. Appreciate you coming on. So we've got to pick. And what ends up happening is that we are very willing to give things a try based on what we feel on them. And being veterans and seasoned action guys or movie guys, just movie guys in general, you can tell. You see a trailer, it's just a trailer, give it a chance, all this other nonsense. I can't watch every movie that comes out. So I have to look at what you present me. You presented me the trailer and a synopsis perhaps, and I know who the star is based on other stuff. So I've got to make a decision. Half the time, and Steve and Shaw know this because it was a running joke on every comics. I mostly do comic book streams. So every stream I do, did you watch Wonder Man? I'm like, well, I started to watch Wonder Man, then I stopped and then I threw in Blade. I watched Blade. It's like, you're sitting there like, I'll just watch Blade. You know what I mean? Like, right? So it's like I can watch Chuck Norris. Like, should I watch this random movie that's on here? Or I can watch Chuck Norris. I just got the 4K of Invasion USA. I haven't watched
guarantee of something that you know you're going to like, and then you have the possibility of maybe liking something. Right. That's my issue with new movies. To give them the time, even though I listen to some people. I listen to you guys way more. I still haven't watched the new Indiana Jones. I still haven't watched the new James Bond. Like you guys have saved me days of watching these movies.
He dies in the end.
Yeah, but I'll take a chance because I hear a lot of people like raving about. Like I know I've harped on this, but I watched that One Battle After Another, and I got done
turned it off after 10 minutes.
I wish I had. I gave it the full 2 hour and 40 minutes, and I'm just like, this is fucking bullshit. Like,
bullshit. Kudos to you guys trying it.
No, I tried because I was on the plane, and like within the first 10 minutes, Sean Penn is having his second wank, and I was like, sorry, I'm not watching this on the plane. So
I kept I was like, I got to get to the point where everyone's raving about this. There has to be some point where I go, oh, okay, I'm glad I stuck it out. No, the credits were the only time where I was like, thank God I can turn it off right now. And then it pissed me off even more that because of that fucking movie being made, Delroy Lind didn't get a fucking Oscar this year.
Thank you.
In Sinners, because he deserved it.
He was
I didn't really particularly care for Sinners. Here's what it's going to be. Charlie's racist. He didn't like Sinners. Charlie didn't like the vampires in that fucking movie. I loved the whole first part. Give me that movie. Take the vampires out. Charlie's racist against vampires. Okay,
dude, Charlie, there's no point in saying I've gotten the race car driver. I've gotten it all for random nothingness, and I own like 30 blaxploitation movies and know all the guys. So you can call whatever you want. It's a bunch of garbage. My wife is from India. That's
the rage me.
That's all fake.
I can't even go on and bitch about this. Like if I wanted to. On my Instagrams and stuff, because someone's going to be there. Well, you just didn't like it because you hate women or you hate black people or you.
I got that too.
I'm like, no, it's just a fucking sucky ass movie. Like,
you got to let those slide, dude. I got the you hate girl superheroes is because I didn't like the Captain Marvel movie. I have a Captain Marvel tattoo. It's like,
I hate
the movie
sucks.
So
it's the guy one. I mean,
the movie sucks. No, it's the girl one.
I know.
Hold on a second. RR's come on. How's it going, dude?
Hey, what's up?
Hiya. So I'm here in our nation's capital. There's the Parliament building just ahead of us.
Yay.
Nice.
I'm in downtown Wellington, just finished a meeting. Thanks for having me on. I've probably come in for like the last 5 minutes of the stream.
Talk. It's okay. We're gonna go extra time to let you talk. Tell us about Chuck Norris.
Well, Chuck Norris was a great inspiration of mine. One of the reasons I started karate back in the late 80s was because of Chuck Norris. I read his autobiography about how he grew up very poor without a dad. How he the one option he had after high school was to join the military, so he joined the Air Force, became a military policeman, studied judo at first because it was available, and also because he needed it to chuck drunken servicemen out of pubs in Korea. And then of course he saw these guys practicing Tang Sudo, which is a little bit similar to Taekwondo, but not really. And that sort of became the passion of his life. And it's just a really inspiring story. He failed his black belt test the first time.
Oh, I don't believe that.
I did not know that.
No, I don't believe
that. He did. It's true. It's absolutely true. Read his book. He had to demonstrate at one point breaking a brick and broke his hand instead. Chuck Norris is a guy who's had... Yeah. But Chuck Norris had a ton of setbacks in life, but overcome them through determination. Like, he didn't become world karate champion first time out. First couple of tournaments, he lost, He had to go away, refine his skills, change his strategy, study his opponents, and then come back and become a champion, right? So Chuck Norris's real life story is at least as good and as inspiring as any of his films, and definitely as some of his facts. And I've got like an absolute, pardon my language, an absolute shit ton of those. I'm sure you've had one or two on the stream already, though.
I mean, the second I posted this stream, that's like the first things I started to get. I was getting private messaged by some of the subscribers who have somehow found my real identity. I don't know how they did this, but who are you again? Oh, you're from I've seen you on the chat. But yeah, I've gotten so many. Well, it's okay. I gave you my info, so you're all right. You're all right.
Yeah, I won't give it to anyone. I mean, even I've got video. Yeah. Even I've got video coming out. My top 5 Chuck Norris facts. So.
Oh, come on! I mean, there's going to be a Chuck Norris movie. They're going to do a movie.
Yeah, there's a biopic coming for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Guaranteed.
The only person who could play him though is like Jesus. Nobody else could possibly.
Yeah. well, Superman could probably be a stand-in on those days Jesus isn't available, but that's about it, really.
Chuck Norris played by resurrected Chuck Norris. That's what
Chuck Norris played himself.
Val Kilmer.
Right.
Yeah, I think because again the movies and he was pretty international too. Like, it's one of the few there's a few of these guys that really kind of broke through in a lot of different areas, and because they were actual known martial artists as well, it lends a lot of like weight to their career. It's like you could say, well, Chuck Norris. I think Chuck Norris's acting is just fine because he's acting in the way that is required to be this character in this film. Bad acting is where you think you're giving one performance, but you're actually giving another performance. Right? Like in, I don't know, I can't think of, like in American Idol, someone comes and sings and they think they're a great singer, but they're bad, right? That's
every bad. Neil Breen film.
Neil Breen, who thinks he's delivering, a world-class performance, and really but I love the Neil Breen movies; are awesome. But in any case, Chuck Norris was international, and I think that really is cool. So people are like, yeah, Chuck Norris, and everyone kind of knows the name or whatever. Whereas even though there wasn't a certain film series that maybe was like the super top ones, like your Biggins, or as Charlie said, it's like didn't have that, but there's so many of them. They're all really cool, and he's just cool in them. I think sometimes where like the guy is so cool that it doesn't matter so much. It's like, okay, he's gonna do a few like, you're gonna get a few kicks. There'll be some nice one-liners, maybe, Chuck will be cool, and that's good enough. Like, what else are you looking for? They're all 90 minutes or whatever. Maybe there's one that's like 100 minutes just to be different. Like,
right.
Oh, 100 minutes. What's going on in this one? What the hell's happening here? Canon didn't know how to count past 2 digits.
They didn't have enough film to get 100 minutes.
They don't have enough. It's like, Masters of the Universe is their epic of epic, and it's like, and that's whatever that. It's like 100 minutes, or it's like 97 or something. So it's like, yeah.
I remember.
Yeah, go ahead, R.
I was going to say, I saw Delta Force in the cinema, like when it first came out.
That's
and
awesome.
I remember what that was like. People were cheering, whenever he'd kill someone in a really brutal way, everyone would cheer. Oh, yeah, that film, I mean, Missing in Action, those films were a phenomenon. But, that the motive, I know you probably talked about it, the motivation for Missing in Action was that Norris's brother also enlisted in the armed forces, and he died in Vietnam.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why those are really personal films for Chuck. So
okay.
I don't know if you guys covered that already.
We didn't really go through. I mean, the filmography is insane. We didn't really go through. It's mostly just.
Oh yeah, it was. Carlos Ray Norris.
Like, how are you going to go through all of these? And each guy has a different.
We would do them on
movie
our live streams at some point. Like, we're going to do Delta Force movies and stuff like that. So I suppose we'll have to come back and start doing them again.
I think. Yeah, I think as a kid, Missing in Action, and Owen likes part 3, and so do I, Braddock or whatever. I think that was.
Yeah.
I may have seen those. The Missing in Action movies, because of that odd order.
They released them weird.
Yeah, it was kind of a weird.
Part 1 is part 2. Part 2 is actually part 1.
So part 2 is a prequel of what happened, and then part 1 is the aftermath of what had happened. So it's almost like a flashback, but it's weird. And this isn't even like a Jackie Chan Armor of God thing where they just release them however they friggin' feel like and don't even care. And then you got to pick up the pieces later. But like Braddock, I remember we saw that and we're like, because I mean the rat scene, all, but like we're just like, oh man, and it's just such a memorable thing. And I my friend who doesn't stream, he doesn't go on social media. I messaged him privately saying, hey, Chuck Norris passed away, and right away, like GIFs, like he sends stuff, and it's like, yeah, like and he knows, like yeah, it's Chuck Norris. I mean, it's just like like his name is iconic. He doesn't like Stallone is obviously iconic, and we mentioned Rambo and Rocky are also there, right? Like Rambo and Rocky are as popular as Stallone is popular, right? Like some people might refer to him as those guys, right? But like Chuck Norris has just his name is just that thing. Yeah, part 2 is meant
just
to
badass. Period.
Have you seen the AI? There's been a lot of AI. I mean, it comes up in my feed because I'm a fan. There's tons. There's like Chuck Norris defeating all of Batman's enemies. There's Chuck Norris, being the Fellowship of One, right? When he basically he gives Gollum a puppy, and Gollum gives up the ring, and he pats him on the head. But
I saw that.
there's videos of him, flying on the back of the eagle. There's all these great AI videos of Chuck Norris, in every film series, beating up Darth Vader and all the rest. So yeah, his cultural footprint is huge.
Yeah.
It's massive.
Yeah.
And it's his footprint. It's Chuck Norris, like J-Man was saying. It's not Rambo.
Not the character.
It's not the Terminator. It's just Chuck fucking Norris. He became that, like, I think the last time I saw him actually in theaters was Dodgeball. That whole great ending.
Shit.
We need the final vote, and it's Chuck Norris. He's like, thank you,
Chuck Norris.
Yeah, this just makes you smile. Like, it's so fucking cool.
I always wish that I don't think they ever did, but I knew he was always friends with Donna Dragon Wilson. But I always wish that they would have done a movie together.
There's not many. So Owen, on that point though, is how many team ups? I don't think there are any.
Yeah, he never really did it. I think during the 80s and 90s, they didn't do that many team up movies because egos were the thing then. But I feel like Yeah, and we were just denied so many cool things because I know Charles Bronson was initially going to be in Delta Force. I think wasn't he going to be?
Wow.
And imagine Bronson and Norris, the screen would have just exploded. It was
yeah. So I think, yeah, Charlie, you're right. Why make one movie with both Chucks? Just make two movies. We make two film, man. We double our profit. You know,
yeah, we can't. And then, I mean, you think it's we're making a joke of and light of it, but it's probably true. It's like Bronson gets this one, Chuck gets this pot.
No, they said that in that thing.
Yeah, they just go back and forth because if they put them both in one, now they feel like they're paying the same amount of money, but now more for two actors when they could have gotten two movies out of it. So yeah, and then like it's again now in the Walker, there's a shit ton of cameos from everybody that was in television. Right. I think that's why we didn't get these crossovers. That's why there's not a Cynthia Rothrock and Chuck Norris movie or Jackie Chan and Chuck Norris movie. He was busy making a lot of money.
There's a Chuck Norris Sammo Hung crossover where Sammo Hung's show martial law crossover.
Yeah, martial law crossover. Yeah,
that's the only one I could think of.
Wow.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's
Walker as well.
Sorry, Jeff, say that again.
Did Don Wilson not appear in Walker as well? I have a vivid memory. There was an episode where fighters appeared in it. I think Richard Norton appeared in it.
Yeah, no, Richard Norton did. Yeah,
Richard did. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. And I'm pretty sure there was an episode where he teamed. Well, I don't know if he teamed up with the fighters, but he was all these fighters were in town for an exhibition, and they were actually real fighters. Wee blonde fella, what you call him?
Benny Urquidez.
He was in it.
Joe Lewis.
Who was
Bill Wallace.
No.
Well, I'm thinking of Chuck Norris's era. You got Joe Lewis, Benny Urquidez. You got Bill Wallace. All those guys are sort of Chuck Norris's era and just after.
Don Wilson was in Walker.
Ahead of him. He had a few action movies, but he didn't really get big in the action movies.
Frank Zagarino.
Blonde hair.
Yeah, Frank Zagarino is from Project Shadow Chaser. Him.
No, I'm gonna have to Google it.
Richard Norton, is he blonde?
He was blonde.
He's blonde.
He died last year as well, man. We're losing.
That was it.
Yeah, we lost him.
Oh, Jerry Trimble.
That was it. Yeah.
Oh, all right. Yeah. Okay. Jerry Trimble did a bunch of stuff. Yeah.
Marshall Teague was in Walker. Yeah. Michael Ironside was in Walker. If you just go to the show and go through the cast, so many cameos and guest spots of just people we grew up watching.
Hulk Hogan, who also we lost not too.
Yeah, we lost Hulk Hogan last year.
Not too long ago on that one.
Randall Tex Cobb, he was. Uncommon Valor.
That's coming out on 14.
I can't wait. Yeah,
he's amazing in that. When he because he was a karate expert as well.
Mm-hmm.
Randall Tex, that kick he knocks out Swayze with a roundhouse kick to the head in Uncommon Valley. Drops him. No, you can look on YouTube. You'll see him doing kickboxing matches as well as professional boxer. He had background in karate and taekwondo. Yeah, it's amazing. It's surreal seeing Randall Tex Cobb throw head high roundhouse.
That's crazy because he seems like he wouldn't be able to.
But he can. He could. You check it out on YouTube. You'll find one. It's amazing.
He's pretty light on his feet. Yeah, he was really good.
Yeah,
Andrew Divoff was in it.
They're not gonna. Divoff. Yeah, he's cool.
Yeah, I'm scrolling a lot, and that little tick mark on the side of IMDb has barely gone down a half inch. There's that many people that have been in Walker, Texas Ranger, dude. It's insane.
I mean, with 9 seasons or whatever, that's crazy. Yeah. It's crazy to think that was so successful that it went. How many shows are not getting? How many shows don't even get that many seasons? That seems crazy to me because
unheard of.
Was it that? I mean, that's all Chuck Norris.
Yeah, back then, if you didn't get ratings, you were gone. There's none of the agenda stuff. Yeah. There was none of the agenda stuff there is today where, we need this film, it's important, this TV show, it's important for representation or whatever. Back then, in the 80s, 90s, you didn't get the numbers on the box. You're gone. Your show was finished. Yeah.
That's why Fox would roll through, you'd get those one seasons of Mantis and Viper and all this. But
I watched all those.
I loved all those. That's why I brought them up. But then you would get these ones that just kind of jumped out, and you got Highlander the series. That thing went on for like 9, 10
and then
seasons.
Raven shows up, and
Raven got like 2-3 seasons after that because spin-off, but they were hoping for a little bit of the continuance. Hercules, that got a lot of
that's how many is that?
8.
Is it 6 or 8? 1, 2, 3. It's 6.
6. Okay.
Yeah. Xena's got 6, I think. Also,
went right after that. So, but I mean, yeah. Now it's like, oh, this new show on Netflix, we're dropping all 12 episodes in a season, not 20 or 30 that we used to get. And it's like, oh, now we're not going to renew them.
Quick question: you reminded me of something. Who here has seen The Brother's Son on Netflix?
Nope.
Never
heard of it. No. Okay, The Brother's Son on Netflix. Very heavy, it's sort of comedy martial arts, but very brutal.
Good. It's pretty good.
Yeah, The Brother's Son.
I know what you're talking about. Michelle Yeoh.
It only got one season.
Yeah,
only got one season.
Michelle Yeoh's the mom, right?
Yeah, that's the one. That's the one.
Okay.
I don't think dropping the whole entire season is good. I don't think that's a good idea because people do not grow up with stuff. This is why you have people not caring about anything because they binged it. They get up in the morning on Saturday. They binge the whole thing. Then on Monday, they forgot about it and they move on with their lives and their shitty jobs and whatever.
Yeah.
As opposed to growing up Walker. You can you tune in every week. Oh, it's Walker. Yeah, it's Walker night. Yesterday, I got it's Walker. And then it's like you grow up. It's like what next year, and you've grown up with this person. And
rituals.
Ritual. It's a ritual. The person becomes your. So, we were mentioning Tom Baker, Doctor Who, as an example. It's like these people. Like it's not just like, oh yeah, Tom Baker's the best Doctor. It's like no, Tom Baker is Doctor Who. The others are shit. It's like, but hold on, there's other guys that are pretty good. No, it's like Tom Baker's the best. It's like because people literally, if even Next Generation Star Trek gets this, like no TNG. It's like that is their. Yeah. We all got together to watch TNG. I know a friend. He's watched Voyager 7 times. He's like, my family and I used to watch Voyager. Sit down, it's Voyager night, Voyager, whatever. Even though Voyager was Deep Space Nine.
Fridays in Toronto is when TNG drops. It's every Friday.
Every Friday, so you'd watch it. Go ahead.
There's a whole other dynamic of if you didn't watch it when it dropped, you don't know when
you're out of the loop.
That episode.
Yeah,
one of my parents' favorite punishment for me was if you don't have your homework done, you're not watching. Whatever show was going to be on that night. So it's you fucking trying to rush through because I'm not fucking missing Highlander tonight. I'll be goddamned if that's happening.
We're watching The Flash. Yeah, John Wesley Shipp Flash.
John Wesley Shipp.
And then in school, you're talking about The Flash. So guys come over, it's like, oh shit, whoa, what the shit? And some guy's like, oh, I didn't see Flash. It's like, GTFO. Like, why are you talking with us right now? Go away. You didn't watch it. Like, and then you're like left out of it. So you're like, I've got to catch The Flash, or I've got to catch whatever show. I didn't watch Next Gen when it was on.
You're sitting there looking at the guides going, okay, when's the re-show of this particular one? Because I missed that one. Hopefully they play it again in the summertime when reruns just to fill that.
Yes, you have to wait for the rerun. Hopefully they repeat it later. Or if you got a VHS player, you could record. I remember recording. That was a big thing.
I remember recording something. It had to be something important for my dad to go through the hassle of setting that fucking timer and making sure
if it didn't get syndicated, if it didn't reach the threshold for syndication, it didn't get reruns, that was game over. You didn't see it again.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's the only reason. And it was funny too, because just as a quick side, when I would watch Buffy, because I loved the movie so much when the show started, I was recording it and I had a tape in the VHS player and I had a set recording time. And what happened was that I would kind of watch it later. So I'd watch like 1 or 2 together as I recorded them. And then all of a sudden season 2, I got the first like 5 or 6 episodes and they changed the day and time. And then the thing is, I'm sitting there watching, I'm like, what the shit is this? And then literally to this day, I have not seen past Buffy season 2, episode 7, or because I'm like, well, I can't be because I by the time I realized that it hadn't recorded, it'd been like 3 or 4 weeks, and people are talking about it, like, oh, gee, when are you going to catch up on Buffy? You know, like I was like, guess I'm not catching up because it's over. Now I'm 3 or 4 behind, and I can't watch them. I'm like, forget it. And the thing is like because it was like if I don't make it, you got to catch me. But now dropping these things, unless it's short, like One Piece, I loved One Piece. I'll watch that again. You know, that's only 8 episodes. I can rewatch that a bunch of times. But these ones that they drop and you kind of watch them, like, yeah, they're okay. it's like I'm never watching them again. Or you watch one or two. We talked about this privately backstage, because here's a big thing that's a problem. Hey Joe, here's a big thing that's a problem. We touched on this off camera. When you drop them all at once, you treat them as a movie. So 10 episodes dropped. So here's what happens. The first 3 episodes could have been 1 because it's act 1. It's like, but it's not act 1. Nothing happens. People say, oh, give it a chance. The third, it gets really good by 3 or 4. What are you talking about? 3 or 4? Like, remember pilots? They didn't get made. You sat there, watch pilots like, this is trash. We're not producing any more of this garbage.
You gotta hook the audience immediately. We didn't get flashback episodes or anything till like mid-season or season 2 mid-season.
Yeah.
Right.
Absolutely.
So Chuck Norris, and to bring it back to Chuck Norris, Walker Texas Ranger, for it to consistently be good enough to renew when all they care about is numbers. They're like, look, Chuck, we love you, but the numbers aren't there. Bye. Yeah. Like they're not, nobody's being nice to anybody. And our sense, like there's not this, well, we need to have representation of this character or this person or so or whatever. It's like, they don't care. It's like, you didn't make the ratings. Sorry, buddy, you're done. That's it. Right. So for it to consistently get the ratings 1 episode at a time, because there are shows like Starsky and Hutch. We talked about Miami Vice on here. Starsky and Hutch, first 2 episodes, first 2 seasons, bangers, and then they kind of switched directions because they thought this is a bit too rough. It's like, and then guess what? They switched direction. They strayed from the formula and they paid the price. That's from Three Amigos. I love quoting that. All of a sudden, season 4, you're done.
Tato at all? Do you guys follow Paul Tato at all?
I follow.
Have you ever watched his? He does these amazing. I mean, I don't mean to promote other YouTubers. Everyone who's in the chat, make sure you subscribe to the people here. Not me. I'm just an idiot. But Paul Tato does these incredible videos on the season, like seasons of TV from the 70s to the 80s, right? Like he'll go through like the full guide of what's coming out, talk about the series and how long it lasted, and and give a sample episode example, right? And it's incredible seeing how when shows like Cheers came out, like 1982 was an unbelievable year for TV. But then the following year, you get all these one-hit wonders that go 1 season and done. Yeah, it's amazing looking back with a perspective at that time of television and how ruthless it was.
But Chuck Norris survived that just based on his personality. And I mean, I'm sure Walker Texas Rangers was a good show, but it's really Chuck. Like, I mean, if Chuck Norris wasn't on, like, it's like if you lost the character on Star Trek, like next year.
There was Jared Padalecki a couple of years ago and it fucking sucked.
Yeah.
It was like just called.
Oh, I didn't even know.
Yeah, they did a remake of it and it got
the remake.
It was not Chuck Norris. Nobody cares about this.
That was so
weird. Like, that is very weird. You know what's funny too? To say that none of the Chuck Norris have any of the Chuck Norris movies been remade? No, they've never gone back to any of those, have they?
They can't.
No, yet. Oh God, they're remaking Bloodsport. Have you seen that? Oh, what a nightmare!
Yeah,
I didn't even post about that because I'm like, I'm not going to even promote it. I'm not going to watch it. So who cares?
No.
If I address the remakes for a quick second, we're going to start to wrap up, also, guys. But to address this very quickly, let's say it's okay. Let's say any remake is okay. Okay, end of the day, are you going to watch Van Damme or this new one? End of the day, are you going to watch Jake Gyllenhaal or are you going to watch what's his face, Patrick Swayze? You're like, let's say you watched, you thought, hey, that wasn't too bad. That is the absolute best that these remakes can hope for. That's that sentence.
That's the best any new movies can.
That's the best.
John Woo remade The Killer, and it wasn't as good. Hey, there was a Killer remake with a female lead.
Oh yeah. Oh, I didn't even watch that. Yeah.
No, exactly. Nobody watched it. No one's going to see John Woo remake his own film with a female lead. No one cares.
Yeah. Like even
forget it.
Yeah, even if it's okay and you say that was pretty good, you're never gonna watch it again in your life ever because you've got that real one there. And it doesn't matter who it is, right? And Chuck Norris, I didn't even know about this Walker thing. This is hilarious. Why would you dare to try to touch the Chuck Norris thing where everyone is watching for specifically one person? This is what I was saying earlier when you're picking a Chuck Norris movie. Like you're watching it for Chuck Norris in this story. You're not watching it for the story. Your Terminator, remember, Schwarzenegger's not a big guy. Like, it's Terminator. It's like, I don't know who this guy is. He's a big guy. But that movie is awesome. Just as an awesome movie. so you're watching the Terminator thinking, wow, that was a great story, great concept. It was that machine was very scary. That big, huge guy, shit, he was scary. Was that Conan? Or, oh yeah. Like, it's like, wow, that's, and then Schwarzenegger becomes to the point where you're like, oh, I'm going to go see because Schwarzenegger's in it. And he's cool.
Becomes the brand. Yeah.
But Total Recall, all those, it's like the movies were super solid, right? So it's like they could stand on the story and the characters and the writing and the dialogue and all that. But like Chuck Norris is standing on Chuck Norris. If Chuck Norris is removed, then it's over. Like if it's like, then what am I watching this crap for?
You know what a classic example of that is, at least for me, it's when they redid Magnum as a series. And I'm like, how do you do
why did they do that? I saw that
without
too.
Tom Selleck and John Hillerman and Mosley. It's not the same show. Like, call it something.
Just call it something else.
Call it something else.
If you're not Hawaiian,
and they disrespected it.
No mustache.
Yeah, so absolutely are. And J-Man, you talk about this, like how what Gunn's doing with Superman and how he's kind of pissing on a lot of what Superman is.
Right.
That first episode when they destroyed the 308, like literally, and he shaved off his mustache, I'm like, why? You've just alienated anyone who would have come to Magnum as a former fan. Why would you do that?
And we're people say that we're tough on things, but we're actually not tough at all. We're not tough at all because look at what we're into. We're into anything that we're looking for a cool character that we can get behind who's a hero who wins. That's the number one priority. Number two priority is how cool is the story and the villain. So number one is always, is Chuck Norris in this? Yeah, check. Okay. Is he badass? He's kicking the shit out of guys? Check. Then we start picking our favorites based on the circumstances of the story, the setting, the villain. That's the secondary parts, right? So as long as you have one awesome hero, when you even can't get the main guy to be right, it's over. Like that, I didn't watch that Magnum, but the second I started doing Magnum, I'm like, that's the fake Magnum. That's literally, and I'm like, I'm never watching that. And my wife's like, oh, because she likes Friends, and he was, and Tom Selleck was on Friends. And she's like, I really like that guy. It's like, oh, is that true that guy was? And I was like, no, that's not the one. That's the fake one. it's like that's how I explained it. And I said, that's because sometimes you go on the guide and you see, oh, look, it's Magnum. You're like, oh, wait, that's the fake Magnum. God damn it. It's like, it is what it is.
Yeah, you're like, who are these for? That's the thing. It's like why are you making Bloodsport? Like the kids say, they don't give a shit about it. They don't know about the brand of Bloodsport or whatever else. And also, like, it was Frank Dukes, which was maybe or maybe not true. So therefore, there's that whole thing behind it. So like, why bother? Just call it something else if you want to do something else. But you won't do it because you're too scared to have an original idea, because then you're scared it will fail because you're not good enough to write something new.
Yeah,
and that's where they're just buying properties. They're buying a guarantee of some sort of audience, and that's all Hollywood cares about. That's why most new movies don't even get made. They're like, was it something before? Do you have a following here? Do you anything like that? And if it's a no, you're less likely to get anything made unless you're like a huge director.
Right.
Sorry, guys, I'm afraid I have more bad news. Steve, I know that Stephen, Nicholas Brendan from Buffy has died.
Oh shit!
Oh my god! Oh Xander.
He was troubled, man.
He had trouble.
He passed in his sleep of natural causes. Most people know Nicky for his work as an actor and for the characters he brought to life over the years. In recent years, Nicky has found his passion in painting and art. Nicky loved to share his enthusiastic talent with his family, friends, and fans.
Yeah, that's bad. Like, I love Xander, but I'm going to say something that is absolute blasphemy. My enjoyment of Buffy has cratered after what happened with Joss Whedon, not because of what Joss Whedon did, but because of the cast and all the writers' reaction, how they piled up on him. This guy created this thing. Yeah, he could have been a dictator. There's never been a dictator in Hollywood history.
Nope.
Right.
They all bit the hand that fed them and thought they were above him, and that's really tainted Buffy to me. This is where it's almost better not to have the internet, because this sort of stuff would have been behind the scenes back in the day. Right. And I probably wouldn't have known about it. Now, it's like, now they're all going to come out and be like, oh, Nicholas Brennan, blah, 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 blah. It's all fake. It's all fake.
Chuck Norris almost is getting carried away on a helicopter and isn't saying anything. These people, we'll say this and we'll do our final statements and we can wrap it. But like, these people now, they need to learn something from Chuck Norris, which is walk it off.
Yeah.
Like, it's time to walk it off. Oh, your job sucks. Oh, that's terrible. Remember when you were poor, flipping through the want ads? Oh, be in a massively successful, super hot TV series. Oh, I guess I'll apply for that because I'm homeless and have nothing else to do. It's like, you don't work at Tim Hortons. You don't work at the coffee shop, or you're at McDonald's, or at McDonald's. You're working in an industry that's going to get you famous and lots of money, and you're on a show that's doing really well. The guy's a dick. You know who else is a dick? All of our bosses on this entire panel. Or what?
I'm my own boss.
Wait a minute.
My boss is okay.
But yeah, right.
My boss is all right.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
He's okay.
An asshole.
Look at these guys. Look at these guys. Look at these guys. They're all like, oh, no, none of your bosses watch this.
Mine does.
Mine does. Mine's even on my Disney Plus account, so shut up.
No, my point is that everyone has troubles at their day job. It doesn't have to be their boss. It could be anything, right? It's like, you work at McDonald's, there's going to be a bunch of asshole customers, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. So the thing is, though, is that you chose to get into this profession that has these kinds of people. It's Hollywood. Everyone's crazy in different formats of craziness. Everyone is crazy in a different way. Like, I don't know what to tell you. And I don't know what the Joss Whedon stuff is. I actually really don't know, because I don't care. I'm not I didn't pay attention to any of it. All I know is that they tried to bring Buffy back and it failed. You know why? Because the people trying to bring it back, it was that Chloe Zhao, who can't direct traffic, let alone anything else.
Chloe Zhao.
She makes independent movies, and she's great at doing that. She tried Eternals and it's poop. So Buffy
was that her who did Eternals, and they were going to give her Buffy as well?
Yeah.
Did they not learn from that? Oh dear.
How did they not learn? Let her do her little solo projects that she's good on. It's like, some people are not cut out for it. What do you want me to tell you?
Well,
they're not cut out. But
they shot the pilot, but they've shelved it.
They shelved it.
Yeah,
Right. It doesn't matter.
How bad was that, man?
I don't know.
They're looking on YouTube at some point.
I don't think it's Batgirl bad, but
Right.
I think Hulu just decided not to go with it.
Right, because it's trash. It's trash. But there would have been people saying, well, the first few weren't that good, but it gets better. Sure it does. Okay, our closing statements for Chuck Norris.
All right, I'll give you my all-time favorite. Well, the Chuck Norris was a huge inspiration to me in my life, and while I'm sad he's gone, at the same time he has a tremendous legacy, lived an amazing life, and was someone to aspire to be. He was an aspirational character. And I'll give you my favorite Chuck Norris fact, and then I'll stop. So my favorite Chuck Norris fact is this: Chuck Norris, you may not know, has a PhD in mathematics from Princeton University, and he earned it for solving an unsolvable maths problem by writing a single word. And the word was violence. Because Chuck Norris can solve any problem with violence.
I like that one. All right, thanks, R. I appreciate that. Jeff, what are your final thoughts on Chuck Norris?
Well, clearly into the action genre. He's a huge influence on anything action, really. I'd always remember of when I first got into Chuck Norris, I started getting all the DVDs in the post, and then I went all out and bought the whole caboodle box set of Walker Texas Ranger.
Nice.
Parked in an armchair and sat there for maybe 7 days, just watching back-to-back Walker Texas Ranger, sweating up a storm, stinking out the room, and it was bloody brilliant. And then seeing him back in the Expendables with all the other action stars was brilliant. And if I'm correct, I believe we get to see him one last time fighting zombies, I think, with Vanilla Ice on a plane later this year. So
yes.
You know what? I'm there for that. He's had a huge impact. He was one of the reasons I started martial arts as well. And do you know what? Don't fuck with Chuck. I love him.
Well, Steven, what are your final thoughts?
I mean, thank God for movies, because thanks to the eternity of movies, we will have Chuck Norris in our lives forever whenever we choose to have him. So, there's never going to be another Chuck Norris.
Right.
I'm kind of glad about that, because it makes the man that much more special. He was an inspiration to anyone who grew up watching action movies in the 70s, the 80s, and 90s. we are blessed to have had him for as long as we did, and he's he'll always be with us, I guess you could say. So,
all right, Owen.
Yeah, it saddens me that I'll never get to meet him. I always wanted to meet him or interview Chuck Norris. That was something I always really wanted to do. But I do love that I have the cameo of him, and I just keep, like I said earlier, just watching it over and just hearing him say, "Hi, Owen, Chuck Norris here," and I just love hearing those words. And I have that on YouTube, and I'll just keep watching it and just know, he's always there. And the website's Chuck Norris approved, and that's all that matters. But no, he was the OG action star, really. I mean, he really paved the way for Arnold and Sly and all that. But we will be devastated without him, and he'll be sorely missed. But I'm grateful that we got what we did from him. So thank you, Chuck, and rest in peace.
Charlie?
So I wrote something earlier today in one of the posts when I could finally figure out what to say, and in it I put to the regular people out there that are like, how can you mourn someone that didn't even know you? And like, while Chuck may not have known me, he was always there for me when I needed him. And I have a moment of that growing up in high school. I had to climb the rope and I was not confident I could do it. Guess who told me I could? Chuck Norris, because I watched Sidekicks. I learned the trick of how to flip the rope around your foot and put all the weight there. And I was one of like 4 people that made it all the way up to the top rafters and back down from climbing the rope that day. So like Jonathan Brandis, I experienced that moment with Chuck telling me I could. So I love the man. I'm missing the man.
Too.
Yeah, Jonathan Brandis has passed away. He passed away young.
Yeah.
But yeah, Chuck's going to be missed. But like you said, he's going to live on in our movies. We just have to keep watching them and showing them to the younger generation, whether they like it or not. They're going to fucking watch it.
All right, Steve, final thoughts?
An icon, an action icon, a cultural icon. I don't think will ever be imitated and will never be duplicated. He is his own singular force. And, like Charles said, like, he taught us a lot, right? We didn't know what we were learning, but we got it through his films. And it's just one of those things that I think kind of missing a little bit of that nowadays.
Yeah.
And I think that's the thing that'll be missed.
All right, Sean.
I said before, foundational, and it's painful to see the people that created that whole action era slowly fading away. I forgot to mention his international appeal in that, like, if I think of Indian action movies, a lot of them are basically Braddock films, without them knowing it. Like Tigers in the Hand, they're these patriotic action things. There are a lot, and Akshay Kumar actually posted a tribute as well. He's an Indian superstar there. So, as I said, we'll never see the like of Chuck Norris again, which says a lot about the action industry and the movie industry as a whole. That we can't really nurture something this legendary, like an actual tournament fighter who became like a huge like action star, fought like Bruce Lee, etc. You'll be sorely missed.
All right. Well, thank you all for being here on short notice. I appreciate you all. I appreciate everybody in the chat that was able to join us. Thank you so much. We are streaming this on all of our platforms, or as many of them as we could. Please make sure you like the stream on wherever you are and you're subscribed to everybody. It does help us grow this community. And Chuck Norris will live on because there is 100% chance that Chuck Norris is your father. Good night, guys.
Hey friends, you've just been listening to J-Man, and he is the smartest person who ever lived. So make sure you like and subscribe.